I feel like we're almost done with the game. So let's just hop in right now. It looks like the chapters that we have left are the conclusion. So how our plan is going to actually work out. But I feel like what we need to do first is the recollection, because I think that will give us some insights of why Yuza and Sato are acting so odd around each other. So, natural talent. About 2 months after waking up on Kamishima and being taken in, Sato Shiranami goes to the roof of the Kantekisha ruins for some time alone. Why is it so loud for me? Before it was from Yuza's perspective, I believe. 2 months have passed since I washed up on this island. 400 years elapsed while I was locked away under the sea, but I've managed to adjust to modern life somehow. Although sometimes I wonder why I bothered. And remember, the theory that I had last time was that actually Sato is trying to become immortal again so that she can stay with Yuza, because she doesn't want him to be lonely just like she was. It's so quiet on the roof of the Kantekisha. I'm alone but for the wind rustling in the trees, the distant roar of the tide. It feels so good to have this view all to myself, to just let the soft sea breeze carry me away. It's the perfect spot for someone who wants as little to do with others as possible. But yesterday, someone came up here and ruined everything. That was poor Yuza. Let us look at the sea and think. I dropped my phone trying to type. That's the first casualty of today's stream. I was a little worried at first, but I've adapted pretty smoothly to modern civilization. The fact that I only have vague memories of my life from 400 years ago probably helped a bit. I still don't really understand how ships and cars move by themselves, or how electrical appliances and lights and things work. But it's not really an issue, to be honest. I know how to use them, and that's what counts. Most people who were born in the modern era could tell you that they just keep stuff cold, but not exactly how they do it. That's true. It's actually pretty easy to get by if you can just accept that not knowing everything in detail is normal. I don't think there's any other choice in the modern life, because there's no one that can know everything. Besides, it doesn't seem like life has changed that much for the fishermen who live on this remote island. Apparently, the big cities have greatly evolved, with water and sewage systems as well as subways. Waking up there would have been a lot more confusing. I really do love being alone. It's so calming. I have a good reason to isolate myself on this island. Soon, my life will be over. I probably have less than a month left. Whoever sealed me away seems to have had some kindness in them, at least. They allowed me to spend my last moments as myself, alive. But I can hardly feel grateful. How much living can you really do in a few months? A few weeks? That girl Tsukasa Awao is always hanging around me. But I try to keep my feelings in check and act as cold as possible. Getting too close will only make things harder when it all has to end. Well, you failed at that spectacularly. And I'm glad you did, because you made some real friends. And Tsukasa is a great friend. I'd like to joke and laugh with them, spend time talking about our favorite TV series and stuff like that. Especially with Tsukasa, the way she reacts to things is so funny. It's really hard not to laugh and play along. I have to try so hard to keep my feelings under control. Cheerful conversations will only become painful memories for her later. And since running out into the woods and living alone isn't appealing, I just have to play my role as the unfriendly loner till the time comes for me to disappear. Just one more month. One more month of coasting along without making waves. That's not what's going to happen. But watching TV every day, learning more and more about the modern world. There's so much fun to be had, pretending otherwise actually hurts. Humanity has prospered. In the past, the common folk were preoccupied with surviving each day. Now, almost anyone can eat delicious food and sleep in a warm bed without having to toil day and night. People have time, freedom, entertainment. It's wonderful. I wish I had time to enjoy it all. Get on an airplane, maybe even fly to Tokyo. But there's not much chance of that, not with the time I have left. Still, I really wish I could try one of those game consoles that you can hook up to the TV. You can play different games by switching cartridges according to what they say on TV. Yeah, gamer Sato, like she would be a pro gamer. Those consoles are so popular that it's hard even to find one. Not that I'm in a position to make demands, of course. All I can do is look at the pictures in the magazines and dream about them. Oh, she really wants to be a gamer. A gamer girl with a pink PC, and she would have the headphones with cat ears. And she would e-date on Discord. If I had a game console, I bet I'd play it all day. I know you would. She's a NEET anyway, so it's not like anything would be stopping her. Anyway, there's no point in wishing for too much. I'm just grateful to be able to spend my days this way. It's all thanks to Wakamura. Please just let me watch TV for my last remaining month. That's not too much to ask, is it? Anyway, I shouldn't let my guard down. I've got to keep myself in line. No extravagances. I've just got to gently drift along and not rock the boat. At least that was the plan, and yet, when speaking to him yesterday, I got completely carried away. I'm still mad at myself about it. Next time I'll be more careful. Cool as a cucumber. Wait. Next time? Girl, you're already planning for the future. Oh, well. Yusa Minakuchi. Something about him makes me lose my cool completely. It's probably the shock of finding out that he's immortal too. Yeah, that must be it. She's into him. I think she is actually into him. And maybe being immortals puts us on a different wavelength from other people, That could be why I'm drawn to him. Yeah, right, girl. Yeah, Keep telling yourself that. He seems quite young. He can't have been immortal long. But to think mermaids are still around even now. Wait a moment. I wonder if he knows I'm an 800-year immortal too. I hope not. If he does, it puts my peaceful life at risk. I better make sure he knows to keep his mouth shut. I have to talk to Yuzami Nakuchi again. Ugh. Finding him is sure gonna be a hassle. Yeah, you're just finding excuses to talk to him. Is he going to be behind me? He's going to be behind me. Hey, Yuza. Hey. Well, fancy running into you here. Wish he'd wipe that look off his face, as if he's indifferent. I bet he's secretly proud of himself for being the one to startle me this time. You came back. So, you're here too, huh? Did I startle you? Nuh-uh. Startle me? Not one bit. I'd take more than sneaking up behind me to give me a scare. At least I was honest yesterday. You definitely jumped. Just admit it. No way. I knew you were there the whole time. Never mind that now. There's something I wanted to ask you. There's something I need to tell you too, but you go first. So I was thinking about what you said yesterday about that pretty rough thing, and it occurred to me. Could you by any chance be an immortal girl? Wow, I didn't know it was that obvious. I knew it. Something about you was just different. So, I'm an immortal boy, and you're an immortal girl. You know what that means. Don't put it like that. Why not? That's what we look like. And it sounds better than people who became mortal by eating mermaid flesh. Besides, going by our actual ages or something would just get confusing. I guess that makes sense. Right? You might as well call yourself that too. Alright, I will. Anyway, as it turns out, I wanted to talk about the same thing. You knew you were immortal, didn't you? Yep, I found out just recently, in fact. I got swept out to sea and survived against all odds. That's when I remembered being saved by a mermaid 5 years ago, and it all started to make sense. Wait, saved? By a mermaid? From what? Well, I had no idea. I hadn't even heard an incident like that occurred 5 years ago. And in the sea just south of Kamishima too. No one really talks about it anymore. So a mermaid saved you and made you an immortal boy? Right? That's my best guess anyway. Not that I understand why a mermaid would go out of her way to rescue me. Anyway, I'm just happy I can finally talk to someone about this. There's still so much I don't understand. Since we're here, do you mind if I ask you some questions? That's fine, but I need you to promise me one thing. Never tell anyone about me being an immortal girl. Easy. I'd prefer people didn't know about me either. Good, I'd have had to kill you otherwise, so thanks for sparing me the trouble. You know, you're a lot tougher than I thought you'd be. Anyway, done? I swear on my life. Or lives. Whoa, look at you making mortal jokes. You modern kids are something else. They're both so quirky. Like, they just seem perfect for each other. Honestly, I just came out. This might be easier than I thought. I just need to keep my guard up. You won't. You're so silly. I wonder what he wants to ask me. I don't remember much about the past, so I'm not sure what I can tell him. No other surprises? I guess not. He's been immortal for 5 years, so he's not going to get any taller. That's so mean! Another 795 years as a teenager sounds pretty rough. You know, I was going to take you seriously! So, what did you want to ask me? Alright, how long does this immortal thing last? Is it really forever? Well, thankfully not. 800 years, no more, no less. Wow, 800 years? That's a really solid number. Precisely. Good luck for the next 795. What am I, some fine wine? I need more than luck. That's 8 whole centuries we're talking about. Yeah, it's pretty rough, like I said. I could tell you had a long time left. Being immortal for so long must give you an amazing intuition. Oh, and just checking, but is there any way to undo our immortality? No, there isn't. You're not human anymore, and there's no way to become human again, now that your human body is long gone. I knew it. By the way, how long have you been alive? This is my 800th year. I only have a month left. What? Really? It's a long story, but I've kind of been out of the game for the past 400 years. Now, my life is almost over. 400 years is a long, long time. Only 1 month. You're way older than I imagined. So, is there anything I need to be careful of? You know, all those people who will try to exploit you, try to get a secret of immortality out of you, possibly torture you for science. What do you mean? Well, seeing as I'm stuck in this immortal body, is there anything I should avoid? Dying maybe, because it would be pleasant. Alright, if you fall into a deep fissure or a pit of lava, you'll keep dying over and over, so don't do that. Yikes, that sounds terrifying. Avoid lava, got it. That's about it. I don't actually remember all that much. I guess that's how it is. Oh, and it'll get messy if people find out, so try to keep a low profile. You'll probably have to find somewhere new to live every few decades. That'll help you avoid suspicion. Living in the same place for too long is dangerous, huh? Oh, but it won't be easy living anonymously with the family registry system. You used to just be able to show up in a new place and start making a living. People did that all the time, but nowadays... Yeah, that's a good point. And then, like, even if he tries to get a job, then it's going to be like, oh, we need your ID, we need, like, all the paperwork. And then he's going to be like, oh, well... Anyway. Yeah, I bet it's way more difficult to move around than it used to be. Sounds real rough. Good luck with that! Great, thanks! The next day. Not again. Are you going to come here every day? It's not like I have anything better to do. Yeah, me neither. You know, you're the one who started showing up at my favorite place. I like it too. I have just as much a right to be here as you do. Besides, it's such a nice spot. Yeah, I get that. You said before that you come here to think. What do you think about? She's cracking. Stuff like what sort of work I could do. Oh, are you unemployed? Obviously. Someone with a job wouldn't spend their morning staring at the sea. Not everyone's lucky enough to have a cushy life eating free food and watching TV all day. Listen, can we cut this out? It seems utterly pointless to knock each other down every 5 seconds. True, I guess we can call a truce. Hey. Is living for so long hard? It's definitely not a stable life. It can be really hard at times. But that's true whether you're immortal or not, isn't it? At least you don't have to worry about starving to death anymore. Even if you get sick or injured, dying will fix it. I've never actually struggled that much because of my immortality, to be honest. Oh, is it really that easy? But you still have to die, and you will experience it and you'll feel it. So, okay, you're like, oh, I don't need to eat. I'm just going to keep starving to death. I mean, what if you really want to die and you just can't? Do you want to die? Well, not now. But maybe if I live long enough, I'll change my mind. Valid. Oh. When you said you got swept out to the sea before, was that because you... Damn. I thought you were a super chill boy, but I guess you're a sensitive boy too. Seems that way. I was just as surprised as you to find that out. Come on then, what happened? Talk to your elder immortal. Gee, so they blamed your mother for the disaster 5 years ago and even shunned you because of it. Guess you mustn't have been keen to come back here then. I didn't want my Gran or Azami to have to worry about me. It was a moment of weakness that pulled me back here, I guess. I'm not really sure. Regardless, I need to live as quietly as possible and stay out of everyone's way now. And that's why you come up here to be alone, huh? Well, I know how you feel. It's the same for me. They are bonding again. Day after. Are they going to keep meeting there every day? Wait, so you were sealed in an underwater cave for 400 years? Yeah, there was a reason for it, to keep something from happening, but I don't remember what it was. But I'm awake now, so that must mean it's okay, whatever it was. She doesn't know. Yet. Jesus, must have been terrible. Pretty noble of me, wouldn't you say? If you wanted to worship me, I wouldn't say no. Be careful what you ask for, Sato. So this Zami Kumoyi guy looks out for you, huh? Yeah, he's a really good guy. Too good for me, definitely. Honestly, I don't think I could survive on this island without his help. And yet you haven't told him you're immortal? No, I doubt he'd believe me. Besides, if he started avoiding me or something, I'd have nothing left. I don't think I could keep going. Not that you can die. True. They just keep meeting every day and telling each other all kinds of stuff and bonding. Oh, that's so cute. I see. So you've been acting cold because you don't have much time left, huh? I understand. Saying goodbye to people you care about isn't easy. Yeah, exactly. And when you live as long as we do, you have to say goodbye to so many people. Come to think of it, being immortal sounds pretty rough. But there's something like so extremely fucked up about Yuza finding out he's immortal after a suicide attempt. Crazy. Well, it does mean saying goodbye a lot. You can see why some people see immortality as a kind of punishment or hell itself. There have been immortals who became so overcome with despair that they turned their backs on the world and devoted themselves to religion. Like Yaobikuni, so that's where that story comes from. But you know, as far as I can remember, I've never felt like this existence was hell. Really? Yep, for those 400 years before I was sealed away, I just lived out my life. I think she was just lucky. But yeah, I can imagine, like, even if you have 400 or 800 years of practice, saying goodbye to the people that you love never gets easier. If you ask me, not everyone's cut out to be immortal. It's like anything else, really. Some people have what it takes, others don't. So what, you're just a natural immortal? Yep, it's like I was born for it. I see. There really is something for everyone. But I guess emotionally maturing to match the fact that you're 817 years old wasn't for you, though. You notice? I'm self-conscious about that. Oh, sorry. Anyway, it takes talent to live for centuries without seeming to age a day. True. I wish I had that talent too. I'm jealous. I hope I'll be able to look at it the same way. Are you scared? Huh? Are you scared of being alone for the next 800 years? Let's see where that takes us. Seems it's leading into my theory. Well, yeah, that's part of it. It's also just hard to imagine myself living in the future. Makes sense. I probably would have been scared too if I'd known from the start that I had 8 whole centuries ahead of me. But I reckon you'll be okay. You might even surprise yourself. You think so? Yeah, you're a lot like me in some ways, so I think you might just be cut out for this immortal life. Are we alike? I hadn't noticed. I did. Sure we are. Like how you start playing the fool when you're embarrassed. You've got me there. See? And remember when we first met? We started talking like we were, We started talking like we were old friends right off the bat. True, I remember thinking it was funny how I didn't feel awkward at all. I rest my case. If you've got the knack for it, another 795 years will feel like nothing. Blink and you'll miss it. Like nothing. I don't know if I wanted to go by that fast. Exactly. In the end, you might not even feel like it was enough. Maybe your last words will be, I know I've lived 800 years, but come on, give me another few centuries. That's you, Sato. I get it now. Hmm? You really are good at being mortal. Maybe too good. So good, you still don't want to die. Huh? You've only got 1 month before your lifespan ends. You must be scared too. You've never despaired once at being mortal. Until now. You're not wrong there. I mean, I lost 400 years. So I'm not nearly done with life yet. I want to keep living. More than anything. Of course I'm scared. I can understand that. It's not like you're on your deathbed and been given 1 month left to live. You're as healthy as can be. So, maybe it's time you stopped worrying. What do you mean? Since you don't have long left, why not spend the rest of your lifespan having fun? Live it out to the fullest. If you do the best you can with the time you have left, you might even feel satisfied with the life you've led, in the end. Wow, I don't know why I didn't think of that. But if I get close to anyone, it'll only hurt them when I die. Yeah, but I mean, you could just let them warn you. You've had to do that plenty of times, right? I guess I could be forgiven for being a little selfish in my old age. Yeah, he's making a good point. Exactly. If it helps, consider yourself forgiven. Does that mean you'll mourn me when I disappear? Of course I will. From the bottom of my heart. Ooh. Really now? That might just make me happy. You're so cute and romantic. Good. Then here's the plan. You're going to have as much fun as possible, starting tomorrow. Tsukasa's coming back for the holidays too, by the way. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to hang out with you. She wanted to be your friend, you know? Oh, I'm liking the sound of this more and more. I wanted to be her friend too. Guess this is my chance to take her around the island. Oh, but while I'm at it... Yeah? You said your grandmother too, you needed someone to talk to, right? Oh, yeah. It's just we don't have much to talk about. She's always going on about what's on TV and I can't keep up. Well, you got the perfect person for the job. Leave the TV talk to me. Oh, and I'd be happy to look after her while you're out working as well. Are you sure? That'd be a huge help, but... Sure, I'm sure. She seems like an interesting person to talk to. I'd love to spend some time with her. She's definitely something. You can't let your guard down around her, that's for sure. Yeah, because Grandma's just going to prank you. And she's pretty stubborn. Not to mention, if she doesn't like something, she's not afraid to say it. I'll bear that in mind. You know what? I'm actually pretty excited for tomorrow now. I'm glad. Hey, Yusa. That's my name. Don't wear it out. I know we initially came here because we wanted to be alone, but from now on... Can we come here when we don't want to be alone instead? Oh, that's so cute. Sato. Of course we can. I'll wait for you here every day. Oh, I want to cry because it's so cute. Oh. But then why were they acting? Did something happen between them? Because at some point they were like acting so weird around each other. It's like, because I was like, I don't want to talk to her because I know she will feel weird. I decided to stop holding back and reach out to everyone around me. And you know what? They responded. They've started interacting with me in just the same way. So I've decided to spend my last few days having as much fun as possible. So much fun that I won't have time to fear the end. Of course, no one but Yusa and I know about my immortality, or what little remains of it. But these past few days have been so much fun. There are points where I can't even tell if I'm dreaming, or if this is my new reality. And most importantly, Yusa's life and mine have continued to intertwine as we meet at our usual spot day after day. Oh my god, it's real. The ship is real. And she's taller than him as well, because he hasn't grown since middle school, because that's when he became immortal. We get along so well. Being together feels like the most natural thing on earth. And it didn't take long for us both to notice how comfortable we were around each other. Before we knew it, we were being drawn together with increasing intensity, like stars meeting in orbit. Oh my god, oh my god! Oh my god! The night! Yusa Minakuchi meets Satoshi Ranami, a fellow immortal, in secret over the past month and grows closer to her. A decisive night befalls them. Let's go, confession time. The cool night sky is teeming with stars. The wind gently brushes the trees as ocean waves echo in the distance. Looking over the sea puts my mind at ease. We don't have much time. Honestly, we really should have made our minds long ago. But there's still a chance. I refuse to give up until it's all over. When we were here yesterday, she told me how she felt. She said she loved me, that if it were somehow possible, she'd be with me forever. I'm crying. It must have taken some real courage. I actually feel kind of bad for making her say it. Because I feel exactly the same way. Even though we've known each other for less than a month, I can't deny these feelings. I feel the same way, but I didn't have her courage. Either way, one of us only has days left to live, the other 795 years. They're just on the opposite sides of a lifespan. Telling her how I felt would mean nothing. Worse, it would make parting that much harder. I thought I could bury my feelings somewhere they would never emerge from. For her part, I suppose she wanted to move on without leaving anything unsaid, with no regrets, even if nothing came of it. She knew it was futile, but she still said it anyway. And yet, once I let those feelings out, feelings that should never have been revealed, there was no controlling them anymore. My desire to spend the rest of my life with her burned like a searing flame in my chest. We contemplated possible ways for us to remain together. And the answer came to us surprisingly fast. an answer that we shouldn't have even considered. But there was no time to concern ourselves with the right or wrong of it. We didn't even hesitate. Only one option was available to us, and we intended to take it. But there was hardly enough time to see it through. Hell, even if we had longer, the odds of our plan succeeding were dismally low. It was nothing more than our final vain act of rebellion. Sato sits quietly, watching the ebb and flow of the tide. I wonder what she's thinking about. Is she carefully contemplating what comes next? Okay. That's so pretty. And you know, when I had my theory about her wanting to become immortal again, I had an inkling about something romantic. Maybe because, like, they were just acting kind of awkward during some parts. But I didn't want to assume, because I felt like, oh, maybe it's just like too presumptuous of me to assume just because they were a guy and a girl. So I don't think it would have been right to just assume that much from as little context as we got before those flashbacks. But it's crazy, because like, as I think when we were in the story chart, I think the chapter before this one was the advice one. So it was when Sato was giving to the advice on how to confess, but like, she wanted to confess as well. What are you thinking about? Huh? I was thinking about how we first met. A month ago? Yeah? Back then you said you wouldn't bother me. But you peeked over at me like 6 times, didn't you? Oof, I thought I was being sneaky, and you even counted the number of times. But if you are counting, I guess you must have been watching me too, right? Well, I didn't realize I was giving myself away, but you're right. I was looking at you. Ah, so that's why you crept up behind me to scare me, huh? I wasn't trying to scare you. I just wanted to see your surprised face. So you were trying to scare me. Well, you honestly got me good. You definitely got me back the next day. I love that memory. With a memory like that, there's nothing else I need. I have no regrets. Come on. You can't be all fulfilled and complete already. We're only just getting started. Right, only getting started. And another thing that I'm thinking about is like how much light it shone on feelings of Sato, that she really wanted to keep living and experiencing more of life. Because I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but the feeling that I was getting throughout the whole thing was basically that, like, on one hand she was just like taking it all in, getting as much out of her remaining time as possible, but at the same time, like, she didn't feel like that upset about having to die. Like, it's kind of like, okay, I had fun and it's been a long time, so no, I'm good. Like, obviously the fear of the actual dying, but that's a bit different, like what she expressed in those flashbacks. But it all makes sense. I can't believe she was thinking about that day at a time like that. That carefree free side of her is so dang adorable, though. I can't be upset with her. I and you know what's crazy? This is what Keep Ikoma thought he was with her. He could never have this with her. My heart would stop racing. I've never felt this way before. At first, I thought it was simply because we were both immortal, that our closeness was a feeling of kinship. But it's more than that. I've never gotten along with someone so well, especially someone who's lived such a different life from my own. It feels like I've found a missing piece of myself. My heart is whole when I'm with her. Our very souls are in harmony. Well, that might be pushing it a bit. Even Gran saw how compatible we are and urged me to get married already. Gran. Gran, but the matchmaker. That was too embarrassing for me to tell Sato about, though. There's no way I can lose her. I can't even conceive of life without her. Even with 800 years of life ahead of me, I'll never meet anyone remotely as amazing as her. They're soulmates. But there was some way to use my immortality to stay with her. I'd do it in an instant. Whatever form I would have to take, I wouldn't complain. I'd sell my soul to the devil if it would get me what I desired. We've made up our minds. We'll see our final wish through, no matter what. And now, the other perspective. On the same day, with the same person, the soulmate. The summer breeze feels perfect and the clear sky is sparkling with stars. Nothing relaxes me more than the whisper of the tide and the breeze in the trees. Yusa is silently gazing out at the dark sea. I wonder what he's thinking about. I suppose he's seriously considering what lies ahead of us. I really need to do the same. I'm so happy. I only have 2 days left. Finding hope at a time like this feels like a miracle. I'd all but given up. I never thought I'd get a second chance. When we were here yesterday, I told Yusa how I felt. I told him I loved him, that if it were somehow possible, I'd stay by his side forever. I had planned on taking those feelings to the grave. But then it hit me. There wouldn't even be a grave for me. Maybe that's why I blurted it out. I was prepared for it to go badly, but he accepted my feelings. Still, I only have 2 days left. It can't be any easier on him than it is me. After all, sharing our feelings changes nothing. It'll only make it harder to say goodbye. But Yusa confessed that he had been suppressing his feelings for the same reason. Hearing that made me wish I hadn't said it first. I can't help feeling like I lost somehow. But looking back, that moment was the only time I could have said it, so I'm glad I did. However, now that it's all out in the open, I thought we'd feel a sense of peace, but we don't. Far from it. We're not like a pair of tragic lovers in a story, bound to die beautifully together or anything like that. I mean, if we could die together, there'd be nothing to agonize over in the first place. True. So we started thinking of ways we could be together. The answer came to us surprisingly fast, but it was an answer that could be described as taboo. Yusa asked me if I was sure I wanted to go through with it, but honestly, I didn't need to think twice. If that's what it takes, then so be it. All I want is to be with him. But we're running out of time. Although, even if we had more time, the odds of our plan succeeding are almost zero anyway. Part of me wishes we'd make this plan much earlier. But maybe I needed this time for my feelings to reach their peak. Maybe this is just how it had to be. I think so too. Better to think we made it just in time. I'll keep fighting this fate until the very end. Okay, it's the same thing. So now it's time to talk to him. What are you thinking about? Huh? Oh, just our height difference. Oh, my height's been bugging you. Well, you know, we're gonna be like this forever. Don't worry, even with 15 centimeters between us, you look great, Yusa. Aww. Thanks, but that doesn't really make me feel better. Hey, it's not your fault you were only in middle school when you became immortal. Nothing you can do now, you'll just have to live with it. Man, if it had happened just 1 or 2 years later, I'd be at least 5 centimeters taller. Wait, even then I'd still be 10 centimeters shorter than you. Wow, that's crazy. Sorry for being crazy tall. Sato, no. As a beautiful woman, never apologize for your height. It's fine, I don't care if there's 15 centimeters between us. You're still my adorable Sato. Chat, why are you scared? Thanks, but that doesn't really make me feel better. Still, you must have stood out a lot back in your time, huh? Yeah, I was taller than most adult men back then. From what I can remember, I think everyone found me a bit creepy. Sorry to hear that. It's not like you could help it. Well, they treated me like some kind of monster because of it. Most people straight up avoided me. That's awful. I'm scared something bad could happen. They deserve only good. But the thing is, a lot of bad stuff already happened. Because we've seen it before. But it's still better that way than any other way. Because we have already seen it before we got invested into them as a couple. That's one. And two, we are in the process of preventing most of it. On the other hand, I don't remember at least one person back then who kept trying to woo me. Oh no. No, don't talk about your ex-situationship. Who was that? Sounds like someone's jealous. Hey, I ain't the kind of guy who obsesses over his girlfriend's past. What's done is done. Nice line. I bet you've been wanting to say that one for ages. Still, I mean, you've been alive for so long. There's way too much history to worry about. Fair point. Honestly, I barely remember him myself. Although, I don't think I liked him all that much. He was just somebody important I couldn't say no to, or something like that. Huh, really? That's good to hear. At least as far as I can remember. Anyway, I thought you didn't care. Oh well, I guess you having so much more experience under your belt makes me feel a bit out of your league. I see. Well, I'm the one who confessed to you, so I guess we'll call it even for now. Right, that works for me. Not sure what's even exactly, but I'll take it. They're such silly beans. Okay, this is the same thing. I would have assumed he'd be thinking about tomorrow's plan. I never imagined he might be thinking about what comes after that. He's so sure we're going to succeed. Knowing that makes me feel so much more confident. His easygoing attitude is actually reassuring right now. I'm so glad he's here with me. My heart won't stop racing. I've never felt this way before. They're saying the same thing. I didn't think I could feel something new after living for 800 years. The fact that he's an 800-year immortal too probably has something to do with it. With him, I feel safe. There's nothing I'd be afraid to tell him. But that's not all there is to it. There are some people you could know for decades and still not fall in love with them. And then there are those you can't live without barely a second after you've met. This is so romantic. Even a bond that's lasted centuries can fall apart in a single day. Love isn't measured by time. Maybe it's too much to say we're soulmates, but that's how it feels to me. Yeah, that's what I said. Even Tsuyu's been saying that we should get married because we're clearly made for each other. Now that I've told Yuza that, it'd be way too embarrassing. No, I don't want to say goodbye to Yuza. It feels like I've waited 800 years for him, and now a lot of things might be destroyed tomorrow. Everything the islanders have been protecting, heck, even some relationships might crumble. But still, we're going to do it. We've made up our minds. We'll see our final wish through, no matter what. Oh my god. Oh. You? I didn't expect you here. You're interrupting a very romantic moment. Ah, my apologies for the interruption. I simply wish to confirm your understanding of a certain point. Yusa Minakuchi and Satoshi Ranami attempted in vain to hide their feelings for one another, and now they are hatching a plan. Considering how much you're remembered already, I'm certain you'll recall this fact as well. So, let me ask you. What can be done to intertwine two lives that were never meant to stay together? Don't say it like that. Wait, what are you telling me to do? No, wait, stop. What is this? Oh, okay. I know what I want to say, but like I wasn't sure what I was choosing. Satoshi Ranami must once again be shameful. Be made immortal. Satoshi Ranami must once again be made immortal, you say? That is correct, and you chose the right answer on your very first attempt. Well done indeed. Thank you. I had the last time the theory. Indeed, and as there is no way to undo the curse of an 800-year immortal. The only way for them to remain together would be to somehow obtain the flesh of a mermaid. They believe they have no choice but to make Satoshi Ranami live for another 800 years. As such, the plan they hatched was to obtain a second helping of immortality. A truly radical concept, such a method goes against the very laws of nature, but it is not my place to judge. Please enjoy the continuation of their story. Satoshi Ranami must be shaved. I told Asami about our plan to find a mermaid, and he agreed to help. Oh, now it makes sense. But like he lied to Asami, because he's like, "Oh, I need to find a mermaid, but I only have 2 days." Oh shit! Like it's like the beginning of the visual novel. We'll go diving tomorrow morning and hopefully find a clue. I'm sorry, I can't be any more help. I just can't remember anything else. But I'm sure there was a mermaid on Taishima. Don't worry about it. At least now we know where to start the search. It really seems like my mom had some connection with mermaids though, huh? Definitely. So you showed me that scale and it really looks like it came from a mermaid. How strange would it be if it turned out your mom was actually a mermaid all along? Yeah, but even I think that's a bit of a leap. If I start diving in the Southern Sea, people are about to start talking about my mom again. Which will give us a chance to hear more details that we might not be aware of. That's the hope, anyway. I've tried to keep my head down as much as I could until now, but I can't stay idly by anymore. Lately, there's been talk around the island of ominous signs. Maybe that'll work in our favor. You mean people talking about the storm coming? Yeah, that could be just the push we need. Also, about the person you said you met today. Yume Koshiki from the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, was it? She definitely seems like she knows something. Yeah, there's something suspicious about her. I think she didn't pay much attention to me because she knows I don't have much longer to live. But she apparently has the power to detect the mortals, and when she finds them, she locks them up somewhere. They've been watching me too, so they might already have their suspicions. I'll be careful. So what, like, they need to... I think... Unless there's something we don't know, wouldn't the only option be to use her flesh? Because I kinda thought that they would be able to use a scale, but I guess the scale wouldn't count. If they're already talking about the scale and they're not talking like, okay, we already have the mermaid flesh. But is she going to agree to it? When her job is to lock them up, or... But... Also, she is a sucker for like very romantic stories. So maybe they can convince her with the story of them just like meeting at the total separate ends, the two other ends of the immortal lifespan, and they just met and they just want to spend as much time with each other as they want. And Sato will tell, I felt like I was waiting for him for 800 years, and they just been like meeting for a month, and they feel their souls just being intertwined together. And she's going to be like, oh, that's so sweet, I'm going to give you my flesh and I'm going to leave you alone. It's pretty wild to think that we're being haunted by government authorities, though. I guess people like us really can't be allowed to exist. I don't think they'd be too happy about us searching for mermaid flesh either. It'd be great if we could somehow get some information out of them. It might be difficult. We don't even know if they'll be coming back to Kamishima tomorrow. True. I guess we could always go to the mainland. Yusa? Yeah? Do we really have to be so secretive about it? Couldn't we tell Tsukasa and Asami everything and ask them to help us? It's not that I don't trust them, because I do. It's just that the more people there are that know a secret, the more likely it is to come out. If people find out there's a way to become immortal, it would cause a total uproar. Even the police would be after us then. Heck, if every person who wants to live forever would be looking for us. We can't force Asami and Tsukasa to get caught up in all that. You're right. If anyone is going to get locked up, it should just be us. Exactly. That's why we should keep our mermaid search as quiet as possible. Besides, if we told anyone else, it'd be harder to keep the fact that you're an immortal girl hidden. But won't it all come out when the police come around asking questions? I guess I can just play dumb and pretend I don't know anything until they come up with some solid evidence. We probably shouldn't let people know about us either. It'd just make it harder for us to continue our search. Yeah, I guess you're right. No, let's try and stay apart as much as possible from tomorrow just to be safe. As of now, I doubt anyone knows about our relationship. Yeah, I'm sure no one has caught on yet. Except for Tsukasa and the grandma. Let's avoid all unnecessary contact while we each continue searching for mermaid flesh on our own. We can set specific times to meet up and share information, but we'll have to make sure no one sees us together. Right. I'll avoid interacting with you in public. But if we need to contact each other in an emergency, we can leave some kind of signal at a place we often walk by. That explains it! Oh, I know, I'll leave this Kameshimaru keychain in front of the town clock. If you see it there, do you think you could come to the roof of the Kantakisho? You already picked it up! Oh, that's the one I gave you! Okay, Kameshimaru can be our go-between. Well, I guess that gives us 2 days to find what we need. I know, it'll take a miracle, but we can't give up. Right. So now we're going to get the part when they met after we found the keychain? No? And I guess we're going to the conclusion. And see where that takes us. Now for the moment of truth. Next day. Mr. Tomoshiga, she already has a boyfriend. She's not interested. 2 or 3 people died from that curse just now. I hope you're happy with yourself. No! Tell you what. If you snivel and weep and beg my forgiveness, I'll let you off easy. Huh? Oh. Something's off. Could this mean they found a way to stop the curse? Are they going to fly back? Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Ah, what the fuck? Paper butterflies? Wow, I still can't believe what I'm seeing. Those cards actually turned into butterflies and started flapping around. Turning a bunch of business cards into a swarm of shikigami. Only you could think of something that out there, Yuza. I figured if you could turn a piece of paper with someone's name written on it into a shikigami, business cards would work just as well. And since Mr. Kiryu was able to extend the effect to cover the entire island, I was sure it'd work, but it's still a relief to see I was right. It was a great idea. Now all we have to do is track down those cards and leave the rest up to Mr. Kiryu and his powers. Stop right there! Now that your curse is useless, I have no reason to hold back any longer. Get his ass! Taira no Tomoshige, I hereby place you under arrest. Yeah! Ah, that fucking hurts! Screw you! Osato, how dare you toy with me, you fucking bitch! Sorry, thanks for the offer and all, but I'd rather you died alone. Curse you! How could you do this to me, Osato? Why? Why? Come along quietly, I'm warning you. It will be worse for you if you don't. Ah, fuck, damn it! Get his ass! Get his ass! Get his ass! Osato, you're... And then she's going to go back to Yuza and, anyway, that was my ex. Situationship. Because I never liked him that much. He was just rich. And he had too much power. And she had no choice. And so, Kippei Ikoma was arrested. And the last of the calamities threatening Kamishima was averted. Both Mr. Kiryu and Mrs. Shiki thanked us again and again. They seemed truly grateful for everything we had done, including putting an end to the curse of the raging waves. So, now we have a request back. Give us a piece of your flesh, willingly, and leave us alone. Azami seemed pretty pleased with himself, even though he brushed it off as only natural for us islanders to defend our home. Apparently, the Coast Guard is on its way to assist with the investigation into Mr. Wakamura's death. Mrs. Shiki and Mr. Kiryu are planning to use the Coast Guard's boat to escort Ikoma to the mainland. Speaking of Ikoma, it seems he's accepted his fate and confessed to everything. Boo, 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 boo. Okay. What? Wait. I'm like, I don't even know where we finished this. Yes, we got this. Taira no Tomoshika. As the modern age approached, his accumulated resentment eventually grew so strong that he gained the ability to wield it as a curse. Since attaining this power, he has sought out young men with no family of a similar age to him and used it to kill them without leaving any evidence, before going on to assume their identity. He disposed of all their bodies at a point in the sea near Toba, where the currents happened to stagnate, the perfect spot to ensure they would remain undiscovered. Approximately 6 years ago, he murdered a youth by the name of Kippei Ikoma and assumed his identity before approaching Yoshiatsu Yamashina in a bid to wile his way into his trust, a strategy he had used multiple times before with other influential figures. Once he had gained it, he planted the idea of attaining immortality in his mind and encouraged him to begin searching for mermaids. However, a careless comment by Shinobu Wakamura revealed that Osato, a girl Tomoshige had been close to during the height of the Heike's power, had also become an 800-year immortal and was currently living on Kamishima. Toshige felt a sudden, intense longing for that long-lost time, and in that instant his ambitions seemed to lose all meaning. Nearing the end of his life and beginning to feel a growing sense of futility at his failure to fulfill his goals, he perhaps wished that someone who knew him would recognize his solitary struggle and show appreciation for his efforts. Feeling that this chance at reunion must be fate, he became singularly fixated on the idea of finding Osato and reaching the end of his life together with her. To that end, he conferred his curse stone to Gotsutsui, who he stationed on Kamishima to monitor the sacred sanctuary and tried to threaten Osato into giving herself up. However, when he lost contact with Kikuko, he realized that his plan had failed, and with the end of his lifespan drawing near, decided to head to Kamishima himself. Fortunately, he had secretly been supporting those who sought to lift the curse of the raging waves, and the culmination of their efforts saw the curse broken at last. However, at the time of its dispelling, Tomoshige found himself confined to a cell in the Yamashina estate. Crazy. Yoshiatsu, whose patience with him had worn thin due to the increasing selfishness of his action, including his abandonment of his search for mermaids and the Tamatabako, had decided to punish him for his insubordination. This would prove insufficient to stop Tomoshige. Sensing that the curse had been broken and desperate to reach Kamishima, he used his curse to kill Yoshiatsu without hesitation, having placed a symbol it used as a target throughout the mansion in advance. Okay. Upon reaching Kamishima, he headed straight for the Wakamura residence, making sure to hand out his business card to any islanders he encountered on the way. After handing his business card to Shinobu with a pleasant smile, he pressed him to hand over Osato without delay, before using his curse to kill him on the spot upon his refusal. Feeling the end of his lifespan fast approaching, only one thing mattered to Tomoshige now: finding Osato and fulfilling his desire to die together with her. Well, you even failed at that. And while he didn't actually name any names, Kikuko, who was under house arrest after plotting to use her curse to commit murder, is going to be escorted off the island with him. Before Mrs. Shiki and her assistant departed, they summoned me for a private word. I need to take a sip. Let's see. You want me to join the Paranormal Affairs Bureau? It was sort of a suggestion, actually. He's quite impressed with everything you achieved. And I'm all for it. It would make it easier for you to keep your immortality a secret, maybe even put it to good use. Oh, that's cool. But on one hand, that's cool, because it solves a lot of the problems that he would have with immortality. But on the other hand, they would probably put him in situations and he would probably die at least a few times. Wait, are you saying you'll send me into dangerous situations just because I can't die? You know, I actually hadn't thought of that, but it's not a bad idea. It is. I think not, ma'am. That would make it impossible to keep his identity a secret. I know. I was just kidding. A shame, though. I heard that. Even so, Yusa, this would require rigorous training to help you harness and control your psychic abilities. The offer only stands if you are prepared to put yourself through that, and it won't be easy. Still, seeing as you'd be under our surveillance, you'd be able to go about your life with a little more freedom. Seems to me that's not a bad deal for someone in your position, all things considered, so what do you say? What happens if I refuse? Will you arrest me? Well, we do have you to thank for wrapping up our investigations here. So if you'd prefer a quiet life on Kamishima, we'll turn a blind eye and leave you be. But just so we're clear, at the first sign of you being on the move, we'll be on our way over here to take you away. Oh, I understand. In that case, I'm going to need some time to think this over. Would that be alright? Really? I thought it'd be an easy decision. But I suppose there's plenty of time. Just contact me when you've made up your mind. Oh, before I forget, there's something else I've been meaning to ask you. About Sato. Yes? The funny thing is, I wasn't planning on coming to Kamishima at all today. Then, out of nowhere, I changed my mind. Well, that was me, the spirit user. That wasn't your doing, was it? What do you mean? See, I kept getting the feeling I was being watched or even manipulated. Especially this morning when I changed plans and set out for Kamishima, it didn't feel like my decision, somehow. It was almost as if someone was guiding us here. Oh, actually, I felt something similar to that as well. I thought it was the Tomokazuki doing it, since it only started happening after that encounter. But why would you think it was me? I don't know, something about it reminded me of you. Like it was close to you or something. Close to me? Anyway, it seems I was wrong. No, you are not. According to me and my theory. Though I'm not sure what else it could be, unless I'm possessed by a spirit or something. That is out of the question. If either of you were possessed, I would be the first to know. Given that even I cannot perceive the origin of this sensation, it must be something truly extraordinary. The thing is, I also get the feeling that we have this mysterious watcher to thank for everything turning out the way it did. Well, yes. Right? That's how it seemed to me, too. Well, whatever it was, I can't sense it anymore, so I suppose there's no use worrying over it now that the situation's been resolved. Yeah, because my work here is done. True. And that's where we left it. But what about Sato? But then? What is Bro doing here? What was even the purpose of Bro? We bumped into Shotaro, who seemed to be on the verge of a mental breakdown after hearing about his father's death. He had already heard about the arrest of the culprit, a man named Ikoma. However, it quickly became apparent that it wasn't grief that was weighing on him so heavily. Okay, interesting. Shotaro, I don't even know what to say. I'm so sorry. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to help. You through this, okay? Help me through this? What, do you think I'm sad or something? Spare me your inane comments. I didn't mean to upset you. Shotaro, could you calm down? It's not like you to shout like that. As if you plebeians could understand my troubles. What? But since you're here, Sato, pack your belongings and get out. I won't have you in the house any longer. Wait, what? You're immortal, aren't you? You aren't even human. It's disgusting. Not only that, but you trample over what feelings I had for you. I have no obligation to care for you. You are a plague upon this island and I hope I never see your face again. See, I knew he was a piece of shit. Then I guess there's nothing left to say. What gives, Shotaro? Why are you being so horrible all of a sudden? Yeah, Shotaro, you're being a real jerk. Did you have to go that far? Oh, shut it. I can't afford to be nice anymore. Not that I expect you to understand that. You have no idea what it means to inherit my old man's legacy. Pretty sure it means you're lucky. He was loaded, wasn't he? Huh. Shows what you know. Let me tell you something about my old man. He was good at what he did, but reckless. He racked up heavy debts, walking a fine line between huge payout and total ruin. All his successes were a combination of killer luck and sheer cunning, making his shoes almost impossible to fill. Not only that, but he had his fingers in a lot of shady pies, from loan sharking to land speculating, that kept him just this side of the law. What, really? Figures. Taking over for him means shouldering all of those risks myself, and if I can't cut it, it's a one-way street to bankruptcy. That's what the old man saddled me with. It's all up to me now, and there's no way out. Shotaro. Isn't turning the inheritance down an option? Are you out of your mind? If I did that, I'd have nothing left. And after the upbringing I've had, I couldn't handle being poor. Damn it all, what am I to do? Stop being a piece of shit. Hey, Shotaro? If it helps, I sorta get how you feel. Huh? You? What could an impoverished nobody like you possibly understand? Well, you see, I'm kinda in the same boat. What are you saying? Oh, you're talking about the thing you found out about today, huh? Yeah. Guess Shotaro's the only one I haven't told yet, so turns out. Tsukasa repeated her story, which we had heard earlier that day. When the Coast Guard arrived to investigate Mr. Wakamura's death, a detective from the prefecture police accompanied them and requested a meeting with Tsukasa. The officer announced that the tycoon Yoshiatsu Yamashina, alias Onkakudono, had passed away and that his will had just been unsealed, and it stated as follows: I, Yoshiatsu Yamashina, hereby bequeath all my assets to Tsukasa Awao of Kamishima. That's what we thought, that she was going to be his successor. An official notice would be sent to her at a later date, but the officer had thought it best to give Tsukasa a chance to prepare herself ahead of time. As soon as she heard the news, Tsukasa's mother let out a whoop and raised her arms in a victory pose. She made quite a spectacle, jumping for joy and shouting things like, "Take that!" and "Jackpot!" and "I knew he'd pay off sooner or later." Shocked and confused at this previously unseen side of her mother, Tsukasa had bolted from the house without a backwards glance. Oh, that's going to be an issue with her mother now. What? You mean to tell me that you're going to inherit Yamashina's estate? All of it? It's a mystery to me as well. He was like really famous, right? I can't wrap my head around it. What was he thinking, leaving all that to me? Oh, it's too much. His total assets add up to something like 5 billion yen. At least that's what I was told. I can't even imagine it. You don't say. And now he's going to be like, "Oh, Tsukasa, I really like you." Now it's given me a chance to turn it down, but I don't know how to handle this. Still, he did try to kidnap Sato, and who knows what other shady stuff he was up to. Can't help feeling I should take responsibility. Tsukasa, are you seriously gonna accept? I guess so. I feel so lost, but I mean, if Shotaro is in the same boat... Well, it's a big deal. You'll become a millionaire overnight. You'll be like a celebrity. You won't have time for us little people anymore, huh? Huh? I don't want that. If I can hang out with you guys, I'm turning it down. But you can use this money to help the island as well. No, Tsukasa, the inheritance is yours, as it should be. There's nothing to fear. I'll help you. Fuck off! You mean it? I'd be super grateful, but... No! Of course, I've always known you were a clever girl. You'll have no trouble handling Yamashina's estate. In fact, why don't we be partners? You can be my girl, my fiancé. Fuck off. Huh? Oh boy. What the hell, man? You can't just pop the question out of nowhere like that. Onkakudono was one of my old man's backers. I'm sure it would be easier to manage our estates if we combined our wealth. Oh, but he's a gold digger. Come now, there's no need to be coy. I know you're fond of me, Tsukasa. How did you know? What? You wound me. How could I miss the heat of your gaze? I am not so unfeeling as you suppose. Besides, the feeling's mutual. Stop lying to her. You've grown into an attractive young woman. Don't think I haven't noticed. You have? I mean, oh, this is ultimate. Sato, please intervene. Me, Shadow, Spirit User, please intervene. Tsukasa. This is our chance, don't you think? We've known each other for so long. There can be no doubt we're a match made in heaven. Oh gosh, what should I do? I don't know anymore. My mind's gone blank. This is just too much. I need some time to think. Tsukasa, wait up! Even your blush is adorable. I'll be waiting. Don't disappoint me now. That's enough, Shotaro. You've taken this way too far. Oh? Do you have any idea how much Tsukasa cares for you? Her feelings for you are real. I understand her feelings perfectly. That's yet I reciprocate them. Don't tell me you have an objection. Yes, we do. You bet I do. You're just using her. Anyone can see that. The timing's way too convenient. If you go through with this, you'll just end up hurting her, you heartless jerk. Not only are your manners lacking, but your wits are as well. You are mistaken. My feelings for her are genuine. You liar! You look like you were drowning till you found out about her inheritance. There's no way someone as selfish as you could make Tsukasa happy. I suggest you drop this. Frankly, it does not concern you. Yes, it does. Usami. Must I spell it out for you? This is between Tsukasa and myself. Keep your nose out of it. God damn it! Well, now that we understand each other, I'll take my leave. No, we need to prevent this. And off he went. But there was more to come. Let's say bye-bye to the foreigners. Out of nowhere, Abby and Cersei, with whom I'd barely spoken to in this future, came up to talk to us. Hey, aren't you the kids who dealt with the curse that was hanging over the island? When I learned of your heroic deeds from Yumeko, I simply had to make your acquaintance. Oh, nice to meet you. I've actually heard about you as well. You heard that, Cersei? Our reputations precede us. What? I wouldn't go that far. We just stand out too much. Oh, no, I've only heard good things, I promise. You're Arnav, right? The fantasy author who's come to Japan looking for adventure. What's that? Did I hear you say the bachelor fantasy author whose novels don't sell and who had to empty his savings just to visit Japan? Humbug, I say! Stick a sock in it and mind your own beeswax! No, that's just creepy. How do you know my catchphrase? I assure you, that was the first time I've uttered those words on Japanese soil. Whoops, I mean, I guess it just came to me? It would appear you have a mysterious secret up your sleeve, Yuza. Who, me? No, But setting that aside for the moment, there's something I'd like to ask you. This afternoon, I was struck by the sudden desire to visit this jetty. Might you have had something to do with this? Huh? You too? You mean I'm not the first? Yeah, someone else asked me that as well, but I swear I haven't done anything. I see. Another question. I hear the request to put Cersei's Shikigami ability to use came from you. Mind telling me how you knew about that? Well, I guess you could say that Tomokazuki is responsible for both of those things. The Tomokazuki? I see, so you encountered a Tomokazuki bearing the memories of a different future. And you believe that this same being or creature or what have you has secretly been guiding all of us ever since? I've never heard of anything like that before. That would explain how you knew about Cersei's Shikigami. If your theory is correct, I suppose we should all be grateful to this Tomokazuki for bringing about such a peaceful conclusion, but... On the other hand, I nearly died because of this. Okay, but you didn't die. Really? So what? Last I checked, you're still kicking. Exactly! Cersei! You're a smart girl. Yes, well, one can't help feeling a little used, as it were. Though I suppose I ought to be thankful for my life, nonetheless. Yeah, but you got a great adventure out of it. You can't deny that. Besides, it would take a lot more than this to upset me. I've made it through all manner of do-or-die moments and deadly situations before now. Wow, he must be pretty tough. I'll never get my hands on that treasure now. Still, I suppose I did get quite an adventure in exchange. So, fair's fair. Exactly. Well then, good luck to you, Yuza. Oh, thanks? All this cursed business has tuckered us out, so we'll be spending the night here on Kamishima and setting sail for home on the morrow. I'm glad I had the chance to speak with you before we left. You've my gratitude. Take care now. And off they went. But what's next? After that? Tsukasa, we need to stop you from making a great mistake. Later, Tsukasa called us together, saying she needed to talk to us tonight. We decided to meet up here. The police investigation was in full swing in the town center and around the Wakamura residence, but out in the bay, everything was quiet. You okay now, Tsukasa? Kinda. Some lawyer wants me to go meet him the day after tomorrow. But I'm not even sure what I want to do yet, and honestly I'm still in shock over what happened earlier. Tsukasa, don't rush this, okay? You shouldn't make a big decision like this till you feel ready. This is about your future, no one else's. You gotta think it over carefully and do what's best for you. Uzami. You're right. Thanks for worrying about me. But I didn't call you guys out here to talk about that. Sato, there's something I've gotta know. Are you and Yusa dating? Oh, okay, what is it? See, I overheard a bit of what went down with Ikoma when I was up on the roof earlier. You've been alive for 800 years, right? And it sounded like your lifespan must be coming to an end pretty soon. Was that for real? Sorry. I didn't know how to tell you. So it's true. Yeah, I don't remember anything from that far back, but I've always known how long I had left. Seriously? Then how long? I think tomorrow might be my last day. Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow night. This body of mine will fade away like a spray of sea foam. Why didn't you say something? There's so little time left. Isn't there anything we can do to delay it? I feel like it will be the opposite of what they were talking about in the flashback. Is that they said, okay, we cannot get Uzami and Tsukasa involved. But then now they're involved, and maybe they're going to be the ones that really help them achieve their goal. Isn't there anything we can do to delay it? Come on, please tell me there's some way to change this. There is no other option. I wish I could say otherwise, but there's nothing we can do. No, I don't want to say goodbye. Please don't leave us, Sato. Sato, Tsukasa. Please, there's no need for tears, Tsukasa. The truth is, I'm content with this. That's a lie. You are? I am. 400 years ago, I became a sacrifice to protect everyone from the curse. And now, not only is the curse of the raging waves broken, but so many other problems have been resolved as well. Like with the mermaids and Tomoshika, after all this time, everything is finally settled. Kamishima is finally safe. It's a happy ending. Thanks to you guys, I fulfilled the purpose of this long life I was cursed with. It actually meant something, and for that, I can't thank you enough. Stop it, Sato. That's not true. Huh? All of that is just stuff you got mixed up in. You never asked for any of it. So don't say you fulfilled your purpose. This isn't a happy ending at all. You shouldn't have had to go through any of those things. None of it was your responsibility. She's right. Sato, from the moment you were made an 800-year immortal, you've just been used. She's right, Sato. You deserve a way better life than that. If all you've done is get dragged into Tomoshige's schemes time and time again, that's just too sad. Look, be honest with yourself. Are you really content? What about your happiness, Sato? My happiness? After being forced to live for centuries, this can't be how you wanted things to end. You haven't had a chance to do anything for yourself. You don't get to live happily, at least for a little while, after all you've been through. It'd be so unfair. I couldn't stand it. Thanks, Tsukasa. You're the best friend I could ask for. But when I said I was content, I meant it. I really am. I was never supposed to live in this modern age. When I gave my life to end this curse, I thought that would be it. But it wasn't. I got to experience a time unlike anything I'd ever known and meet so many people. Every day has been a whirlwind of activity. Above all, I've made some really good friends who care for me so much, they'll even cry for me. I've had so much fun these past few months. I can't even begin to describe it. It's a miracle. I've been happier than I've ever thought possible. So, I have no regrets. Seriously! Sato. I'm so sorry. I feel so powerless. I just wish I could do something for you. Me too. I'm sorry, Sato. If I'd only known. I've been so wrapped up in my own problems. Aww. You know, I've always been the one left behind. I've never had anyone grieve for me. Turns out it's a pretty nice feeling. Sato. Being the center of attention suits me just fine. Don't hold back now. Geez, Sato. Only you could say something like that at a time like this. True. Sato, Yes? I'm so sorry. Seriously, I feel so bad. I wish I could've... Yuza. Oh, I didn't know you were such a crybaby, Yuza. Come on, can't you be your usual goofy self? I could really use a laugh. No, You guys feel that bad, huh? And I guess you'll just have to make it up to me. For starters, you better keep our promise to hang out tomorrow. And I expect you to enjoy every last second to the fullest. Do that and I guess I'll forgive you. Okay, but we already know that you're going to be in that scene where you got the beach episode. So we have to find a way to make you immortal again. Sato. You're leaving the island tomorrow anyway, right, Tsukasa? Yeah, probably. Then, no more tears. If we can have just one more day of fun, spend one more day together like we always have, nothing would make me happier. Sounds to me like you're letting us off easy. So you think? But I'm counting on you to help me overwrite all those bad memories with a bunch of happy ones. It'll be a busy day. Sato. Right. That's what we'll do. Yeah, you can count on us. Dozens of happy memories coming right up. Hey Yuza, quit moping already. That was your cue. If ever there was a time for one of your oddball jokes, it's right now. I know. That night, we stayed out in the bay, talking and swapping stories until the sun came up. There is a second option, we just haven't unlocked it. We just need to find out how to do it. But there was a rule. We had to answer any questions Sato asked us, honestly, without hiding anything. Which meant that gasps and chuckles inevitably followed each new reveal. We chatted for hours without once running out of things to share. We talked about the past, the future, our dreams, everything in our hearts. And through it all, Sato couldn't stop smiling. As for me, I was determined to etch every detail of Satoshi Ranami into my memory. Every word and gesture, every expression on her face. Stop! You're going to make me cry again. No, this cannot be the end. This cannot be the end. There was a box, so there is an option. We just need to find it. But how? Oh, I didn't think I would get so emotional during one stream. We've just been hit by emotional nukes over and over again. So what now? And then, the night after our meeting, Sato took a boat and went out into the bay alone, saying that she didn't want any of us to see her disappear. That was the last we saw of her, before she abandoned her transient form to the gentle waves and left this world behind for good. However, before she departed, she told us her final wish, and I vowed to carry it in my heart throughout the centuries that lay ahead as my own personal curse. Impossible to dispel. It was a simple wish, in Sato's own words. Remember me. Wait. Remember me until your last breath. Ending 5. Satoshi Ranami's curse. God damn it! And I got her ending achievement. Tell me how to fix this now! You've done well to make it this far. I applaud your efforts. Here ends a tale that has been painstakingly woven over the past 800 years on Kamishima of Isabel. No, No, it doesn't. No, it's not ending. No, Need to fix this. Not ending. Not ending. Thanks to you, peace has descended upon the island once more. For that, we have my sincerest gratitude. No, that's not enough. Give me a solution. How can I make her immortal, so that she can hang out with her friends and her lover, her soulmate, right now? My hand is out. Gimme. While a few sacrifices may have been made along the way, we must content ourselves with the fact that they were within permissible limits. Now, while our story does end here. No, it doesn't. It does not. If its conclusion does not sit quite right with you. No, it does not. Indeed, how did you know? You may wish to explore possibilities that would result in a different outcome. On the other hand, I could simply tell you what the missing pieces are if you prefer. Let me try one time without your help. I had a feeling you might say that. My apologies for making such an undignified proposal. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. I shall take my leave of you now. Until next we meet. Okay. So, what I think this one is correct. Because she needs a Tama tobacco anyway. So I think that's a good setup. I am not exactly sure what this one changes for them. Whether she's been subdued or killed. And what about this? But I guess we don't really have that much to... Oh wait! Oh no, it's this one. So I kind of don't want to change this one, so maybe I can change the Kikuko being dead. Although I don't know what it really changes. But before we do it, I need to take a quick break because we've been going on for quite a while. But obviously I don't want to end this here because we are so close to getting the right ending. The one that we like. Ending 4. It's not showing us an ending, that's crazy. Ending 1. So if ending 1, 4. That's not an ending. 1 and 4? Okay. Let me take a break. You also grab something to eat or drink. And I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm back. And let me tell you what I think. So, I think the idea is that we need 2 pieces to make Sato immortal again. The Tama tobacco and the mermaid flesh. So my assumption that this one was set up correct because she needs the Tama tobacco. And before, when we didn't know all this, my assumption was that this was also a correct outcome because the Kikuko would be here alive to testify against Ikoma. But what if in this situation it actually is a bad outcome? Because maybe if they don't have Kikuko to testify against Ikoma, maybe they will need Sato for something. And that's how they can use it as a bargaining chip to get the mermaid flesh. But also there were clues from one of the conversations that Yusa had that like, you know where you met Mermaid, like go back into your memories. But what I'm going to try doing here first is I will change this outcome and see if that helps anything. Cersei? What is it? I figured out the condition. Really? What is it? It was sitting on the hand mirror all along. See that symbol over there? I just couldn't shake the feeling I'd seen it before. And sure enough, Ikoma's business card had the same symbol on it. Oh, you're right. This mirror is suspicious, and a business card with the same symbol as a suspicious hand mirror is equally suspicious. Simple as that. So, that's why you threw the card away earlier. Oh, you noticed? Either way, seeing Kikuko's reaction to hearing we had one of his business cards told me everything I needed to know. Enough with the whispering already. The jig is up, young lady. The condition for your curse is the mysterious symbol described on both the hand mirror and the business card. You see, we have nothing more to fear. Cersei, your turn. Apologies, I'm going to have to be a bit rough. You may experience after effects. Ah! Oh wait, it's the same outcome, right? And so... Oh, yeah. Upper hand. Yeah. Okay, I guess I went to the wrong chapter. My bad. So what about the curse? What's it like? Yeah, about that. It's a mirror, bronze mirror. That's right, a palm-sized bronze hand mirror. Wait, don't tell me still the mirror was actually cursed all along. The curse stone residual memory doesn't seem to indicate anything like that. So this curse stone had a residual memory too, eh? What did you learn? There's so much information, it's hard to make sense of it. Here, take a look for yourself. Don't just toss it like that, it's a curse stone, not the baseball. So you're not gonna look? Of course I am. Okay, that doesn't change anything. Let me not... Stand up. Kikuko, why the interest in the Tama tobacco? Some kind of ancient memory treasure. Be well informed. Let's see. Let's see. Money, slow down. No, no chance. No way. It's not about the money, it's about the adventure. The journey. I'm a romantic, I'm an author. You lost me, you couldn't understand. Let's see, seems like there's no reasoning with you. Alright, then this conversation's over. It's a shame, but I gave you a chance. Huh? Oh, don't get me wrong, I'd still love to ask you some more things. Oh god! A curse echo. No! Damn it! Ah! Okay, how do I change this? It hurts so much for talking. Okay, that's also not good. How do I change the outcome? I forgot. Yeah, I know, but how was I? How am I? Okay, not talk to her. Be careful, of course. I think I had to throw out the mirror, but keep the business card. How do I change the outcome? Yeah. But you suddenly tell me the mirror. It would have been so much easier. Oh, the mirror. I don't know. I just felt like the right thing to do. Why do you ask? Are things not going as planned? I'm not sure what's going on, but I feel like we might have just narrowly escaped danger. Sounds like if we had the hand mirror on us, she would have been able to steal the Tama tobacco. Yeah, I think we are supposed to throw the mirror, but not the business card. I'd like to get more information out of her, but it seems as though she's plotting something. Yeah, just push her into the water. And be focused. I need you to listen to me, but without taking your eyes off Kikuko. Oh, got it. I'm pretty sure she has a curse stone. What? What's this all about? I couldn't tell right away because it was masked by the heavy veil of cursed energy that's all over the island, but on close inspection, the cursed stone's aura is impossible to conceal. Huh? Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. What if the condition to activate her curse was holding on to one of those mirrors? Then we can relax, right? The condition isn't met. Well, only if the mirror was all there is to it. As long as we don't know for sure what the condition is, we need to stay on high alert. There's no doubt about it. Kikuko wants to take the Tama tobacco from us. Even so, the Tama tobacco won't grant immortality without the flesh of a mermaid. If she has any other information about mermaids, we need it. We know she doesn't. I've got a bad feeling about this. Maybe we should retreat. Even if we did, we'd always be looking over our shoulders, afraid she may come after us. Then we need to get her to surrender somehow. Ideally, we'd take away her curse stone too. Ta-da! What are the odds? We also have a curse stone. Yippee! So it's called the Curse of the Forsaken Fish. When its conditions are met, it transforms you into a fish and kills you. Pretty messed up, huh? What? Avi, are you sure? You're planning to use your curse stone on us to steal the tomato tobacco, weren't you? But your curse stone requires us to have one of those hand mirrors, am I right? On the other hand, I can use my curse on you whenever I so please. You're bluffing. Your curse stone must have a condition too. Yeah? Who's to say it hasn't already been met? Now, cease your scheming and tell us what you know. Do you really have the resolve to kill someone with a curse? Yes. Well, I'm not exactly keen on it, but I am prepared to defend my life if necessary. Really? I wasn't expecting that from such a kind gentleman. You look like you wouldn't hurt a fly. Indeed, my heart is pure, but trust me, I'm quite capable. Experience has hardened my resolve. Eh? You're saying you've actually used it before? At this point, what difference does one more death to the tally make? My hands are already stained. Damn, so you're a proper criminal. Maybe I should report you to the cops. Be my guest. I wonder which is faster, my curse or your phone call. What about your lady friend? Well, are you okay with this? I'm afraid there's no restraining Avi. I've pretty much given up on him at this point. So it'd be great if you could just give up and hand over the curse stone. What the fuck is this? You guys are absolutely insane. Oh, come on now. I think we can agree that we both have our issues. Good, we are at a stalemate. Now I can try to extract some more information out of her. Good job, Cersei. Making her believe I've lost it. Very convincing. Actually, maybe a little too convincing. Does she really think I'm that crazy? Whatever, I've got more important things to focus on now. So what kind of curse do you possess? Don't know, don't care. Aw, come on, not even a hint? We, on the other hand, have laid pretty much all of our cards on the table already. Oh, what are you talking about? Who would do such a reckless thing? Tomato tobacco. So why don't you enlighten us? Who told you about the tomato tobacco? Who knows? Think you'll get it out of me with that attitude? She still hasn't given up on the tomato tobacco. Alright, look, seems like you've just as dead set on the tomato tobacco as I am. The standoff won't get us anywhere. Why don't you tell us your motivation? Maybe we'll be able to find a compromise. Compromise? Say, for example, if granting your wish were to stir the spirit of adventure within me. I cannot hand over the tomato tobacco, but perhaps I'll be willing to let you borrow its power of immortality. I've got no romantic tale for you. Okay. We've already been through this, yeah, you've fallen for him. Yeah, noble blood, yeah, right. Messiah Machina. I'm just trying to get to the moment where I can change the outcome of this part of the story. We've already seen this trauma dumping at least twice. Mr. Kipe Ikoma. He's amazing. Ikoma from business card? That's how I want to see it. No, it's fine. You hold on to that. Huh? Per circle. Yeah, because we mess up. Ah. Okay, now we're getting to the right part. So now Cersei was able to react faster. Shove her into the ocean. Bye. 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 Go die. Ah! Okay. Now we change the outcome of this story Let's see if that changes anything. Yeah, the mirror. Because like that didn't help us get any new information. PARANORMASIGHT. Symbol on the hand mirror. That was too close. He almost died. And I made him do it. Okay, we changed the outcome. Right? Could you hold on for a moment? Huh? Someone's there? Ah! You! Okay. And now we are at Kikuko has been killed. Does it change anything here, I suppose? The bay. Okay, that doesn't... Okay, this is still the same. God damn it. Wasn't that enough? Uh-huh. Let's see if a different option pops up, but I feel like, I don't know, it's kinda doesn't seem to be enough. Huh. Did it not do the trick? No, it's still not there! God damn it. But there's nothing else. Okay. Let's see. This is still the same. Maybe this conversation will be different. Oh, you're saying we should play through the Sato part again? Oh, I'll try that next. A warrant has been issued for Kikuko's arrest. Her whereabouts is still unknown after her plot to commit murder with a curse was foiled. Okay. That's still the same. Yeah, that makes no difference. God damn it. What am I missing? Maybe I'm just... Or maybe... But why wouldn't we want Sato to have the Tama tobacco? That's where we left it. But then... Let me just check this out, okay? It's all the stuff and it's just a decision, okay. Yeah, I guess it's just maybe a bit confusing because the other chapters, they have those ticks when it says that, like, it's completed. Let's see. I'm just trying to do this one because they're like kind of like they kill Kikuko, so I was wondering if maybe something would change here. But I feel like maybe with the storyteller telling us before, we need to look into your memory. So maybe we need to go to a different memory where we met Nagame. Maybe I wasn't supposed to change anything at all. I just went to the wrong memory. God damn it. And off they went, so that didn't... Okay, so you're suggesting to go... What part? Because you said... But do you want me to change it so that she won't have the tamatabako? Oh, Hey, but what... Yeah, because she came here to look at the scale. So otherwise, why is she here? Well, let's see. I guess the other one. She's here. So she came here with a purpose. Like, what is the purpose? I'm not getting it. I mean, it won't let me take the scale. Well, but that's the only thing I can do here. Because if I go back to the other one, I'm going to change it so that she won't have it. So it just feels pointless. See? I feel so dumb because I cannot do it without a clue. Okay, no, that was the wrong one. And we were not having the... God damn it. And now we're just going to talk to them, and our point is to talk them into the town of tobacco. No, I don't think I don't think this is right. I give up. I think she needs to get some tobacco and kinda Yusa needs to get the... If this isn't helpful, I'm going to feel so bad. Yeah, please give me a tip. I give up. Very well, allow me to provide a hint based on your current progress. Yes, what you need to do is procure a piece of mermaid flesh that still maintains its ability to grant immortality, yes. To that end, you will need to ensure that Sato Shiranami has the tama tobacco in her possession. We already got this. Oh, but I see you already have the tama tobacco in your possessions. With the tama tobacco in hand, all that remains, of course, is to encounter a mermaid. How else could you hope to obtain some mermaid flesh? You yourself have encountered a mermaid before. Scar your memories well. Your past memory of a mermaid must be somewhere among them. There is a particular place you visit when you wish to access your memories, yes? Why not open it right now and see what there is to be found? It's not very helpful. This is all I have to share with you at present. I shall take my leave of you now until next we meet. Well, we established... Thanks, that was not helpful. Now I feel like I wasted... Well, I already know that she's the only mermaid. God damn it! But she is human now, so it doesn't matter. I mean, this is where we access memories. But when have we... No, it's just too hard. It's too hard around to dump. Because Shiki doesn't count because she has a human body now. So they want me to go back where I met an actual mermaid. The only I can think of is the sanctuary, but that was a curse echo, possibly. And also there was the diving minigame when I could see it, but it was like out of bounds. Hmm. Hmm. Well, you know what I'm going to do? Since they are showing me that I should mess with those things, I'm going to mess with those things. Let's see if it changes anything, if and maybe things will reveal themselves. So let's try changing it to Kikuko is dead and there's no Tamatebeko. But the one thing, yeah, but like what else can we do? Because we have to encounter a mermaid somehow. And also, we don't have all the endings, because we have ending 1 and 4. So I don't know if I have all the clues, but like I don't know what to do. Do you just want me to end the stream and just give up? Because I legit don't know what to do. The one thing I'm worried about is if I fail this conversation, I won't remember how I passed it to like fix it. Yeah, I'm just going to mess around. I think I was going to. I just had to lie to them. But he said that we need mermaid flesh, but like, so we need to go to a point where we met a mermaid. But when have we actually met a mermaid? Because the whole point of the Avi and Cersei story was Hayase dead. Nagame human, so it actually won't count. Because I confirmed in her file that it won't count because she gained a human body. And then Sobe left to Ryugu. So where is the... So there's no mermaid flesh. Nagame Yumeko Shiki doesn't count. The Scale doesn't count. If messing with this will not work, the only ideas that I have is to go to the points where the sanctuary, because Hayase's curse echo shouldn't be there, so maybe it's not a curse echo actually. I don't know. I am out of ideas. Okay, so he's keeping the Tamata back now. We can always undo it. So let's chill. Okay, but then what? Okay, but still doesn't. But then... Okay. So since they have the Tamatobacco... Bay. No, not the bay. Oh my god. Why am I doing this? From the map. What? They're gone? What? But I was able to talk to them before. That's crazy though. Well, let's see what he says now. Goddamn clock. Same stuff. Same stuff. Yes, for the flesh of a mermaid wilts in this world the moment it is removed, unless it is kept within. Yeah? Actually, this means that you will have to convince a certain someone to part with the Tamatobacco. But how can you convince the possessor of the Tamatobacco? They're just giving me tips how to do the thing that I already did. Before I begin, consider that what most stirs this individual's heart. The Tamatobacco in hand, all that remains of course is to encounter a mermaid. But how do I encounter a mermaid? That's the problem. That's the problem. You yourself have encountered a mermaid before. Your past memory of a mermaid. Where? Bruh. He's rage baiting me. Like, how do I do this? When did I meet a mermaid? Wait. Why does this one say start? Wait. But also look. All of them, they have like 2 outcomes, and for those it's only 1. Okay. I'm so lost. Yeah? Hit me with your best shot, cause God knows I'm clueless. I'm going to look at this one in the meantime. What does it say start? Am I misremembering this? Why does it say start? No, no. I think you can just tell me. They have arrived to Kamishima. But like, why is this chapter like not having not allowing us to go back? Okay, the Mermaid Legends. Okay, this doesn't do shit. Yeah, I'm going to get the tomato tobacco. Calm down. Okay, where else? Okay. Okay, let me get the tomato tobacco and then I'm going to hear you out. I thought I was going to be able to finish it, but like I'm having much more trouble with this one than with the first game. And I'm going to I think I have to tell them the truth. Yeah, but we don't have the fucking mermaid flesh, don't tell me that. So she told them everything here? Yeah. Yeah. This is still the same. Let me just send her to the Minakuchi residence. I think that's... Let me just make sure. Yes, she's in possession of Tama tobacco. So what were you saying? No, that can't be it. The fuck? Oh my god. They went meta with... Oh, god fucking damn it. How do I... Wait. But I can't access it, can I? Yes, I can. Yes. I just clicked the wrong button. I thought it was just kicking me out of it. Okay, you were right. Good job. I still have that message you left me, you know? Is this a safe game of the fucking mermaid? Yeah, it makes sense for you to think that, but... I don't know, I thought there was something hidden in the story chart. Wait, you do? But it must have dried up ages ago. The thoughts I wove into it should have faded too. Surely you can't hear the message anymore. Yep, I can't hear a word. But it doesn't matter. It's an important memento. And a part of you as well. That's enough for me to treasure it. Oh, come on, you're going to make me blush. I was really happy when you shared this with me all that time ago. Well, you know. I can't just show myself in front of anyone, can I? Ah, memories. Is there really no way to hear the message again after it's dried up? Are they talking about the scale? If you found a way to return it to the environment of the eternal world, it would be restored to its original state. You might be able to hear it then. Oh, you can do that? Using the Tama tobacco would probably do it. Oh, but... I don't think a normal human would be able to hear the message anymore. Sorry, I guess it's possible after all. Oh, that's too bad. Ah, but if you were a spirit... Me. You might be able to hear it by retracing the echo it left in your mind. I think spirit, either them or me as player. Wait, wouldn't I have to be dead for that? That's a no-go then. Thank you, saved my ass. We can finally progress. These memories, could they have belonged to a mermaid? Okay, and now we're going to the Minakuchi residence. Now we're going to get the scale. Put it in Tama tobacco, please. Thank you. Put it in Tama tobacco. Maybe something will happen if I put this in the Tama tobacco. Okay, it's in. Nothing happened, darn. Let's wait a little longer. Nope, still nothing. Let's wait a little longer. Wait, what did I do wrong? What did they... I feel like I... Oh, shit! Here are the echoes. I got it. Hello, Mare. Can you hear me? I tried to weave my thoughts into the scale to leave you a message. I hope it reaches you. Listen, I came up with a secret signal for when you need to call me. From now on, if you don't use the signal, I won't respond to it, so be careful. You need to call me 4 times, leaving at least 3 seconds between each. How am I supposed to do it? That's the rule, don't forget it. Call her. Do I need to go back to the sanctuary for it? Yeah, the echoes on your spirit can hear, yeah. Or should I call it in the bay? Well, where can we call to a mermaid? Like, considering it was Mare, it would be like somewhere out in the sea, right? Let's try the bay, but it might not be. Unless by call out they just mean literally just like put it back in and out. Box. I'm just thinking if maybe the option that's going to show is to call her. Well, maybe they have a tip, but let me try this first, okay? Wait! Wait! This is wrong. This is probably wrong. He said where we can... Yeah, it's wrong. Oh my god. Ah, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. That's her! But how do I call to her? Or am I tweaking? Because how else can we call to her? Because like this is where we see it. This is where we see the mermaid. This is the Ryugu, and the O is the portal. Maybe okay. Maybe I'm trying to click on her, but like, how do I know if I have exactly 3 seconds? Or maybe it's not clicking. Or maybe I'm just really not doing this, like... What if... what if I get... Let me get a timer, because I'm trying to do 3 seconds in my head, but like... Okay. Oh my fucking... Ah! It's crazy! Oh, you know that signal, do you? That's crazy! The signal is extremely important to me. I won't allow just anyone to use it. Least of all, on some childish whim. Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps! So first, I have to be sure, who are you? This is the moment, instead of storyteller asking us who we are, it's Sobe asking us. Oh my god, this entire time, the loading screen was where we could see the mermaid, because we were seeing the inside of Ryugu, the other side. That's crazy. So, who am I? I am... Wait, I cannot type. I am Yuza. Yuza? So you do know. Yes! Allow me to welcome you, Yuza Minakuchi. Or rather, Yuza Minakuchi's severed consciousness. Yes, we are so back. The head, yes, that's what we were thinking. That's what we were talking about. I am the mermaid called Sobe. You've passed through here 13 times now. I suppose it's not that strange you notice me. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, because it said like, you saw mermaid before, and it's like, what the fuck? It was there all along, and obviously we saw the mermaid, but we didn't think the fucking loading, like the loading screen, the main menu, the first screen was we could interact with it. It's crazy. Oh yeah, it's a portal. We are on the other side, and when we load the game, we're literally going through that portal. So our default, as a player character, as Yuza Minakuchi's severed consciousness, is to be in Ryugu until we decide to interfere with what's going on in the game world, and to do that we have to travel through the portal. This is the place you humans call Ryugu. Though I hear it's also called things like the Eternal World and the World Beyond. Feel free to call it what you like. Whatever the name, it's one of the many worlds that souls of the departed move on to after life. Well, I suppose that's not entirely accurate. The space we're in now serves more as its boundary than anything else. There's something I always thought to talk to you about. Something I had to talk to you about if we ever happened to meet. Though I never thought you'd come to seek me out like this, in the form you are now. But it seems you have your own reasons for doing so. You wish to speak with me, yes? Yes, please help us. So what shall we talk about first? What do you mean by boundary? How to explain? Yeah! Yeah, when her head turned, that's like, oh my god. It's so meta, that's so good, that's peak. How to explain? This is a space that connects the two worlds you can travel between. The world the living Yuza Minakuchi inhabits, and the world that you, a severed portion of Yuza Minakuchi's consciousness, usually exist in. Yes. As a spirit, you will always pass through this space when traveling to the world of the living. Normally, something like this would be unthinkable, if not impossible. but it seems you're something of an exception. Tell me about my mom. You're asking if Mare and I were friends? No, we were lovers. I'm only going to say this once. You might be Mare's son, but I won't stand for you intruding upon our relationship. The relationship Mare and I had can't be described by so simple a word as friends. I'm going insane. I'm going insane! I'm too far from the mic. I'm legit going insane right now. This isn't the only well that souls of the dead journey to afterlife, you know? Their number is immeasurable. There are worlds beyond counting. Mara's soul has gone somewhere far, far away. Even here in Ryugu, I won't be able to see her again. So don't ask me anymore. Leave me to my memories of her. Was there anything else? What happened on the day of the disaster? Yes, of course you'd want to know about that. I do owe you an explanation of what happened back then. 5 years ago, on the day the calamity struck. Let's get this out of the way first. I was indeed the one who made you an 800-year immortal. But if you've come here looking for a way to regain your humanity, I'm sorry, but that's no longer possible. Even as a mermaid, there's nothing I can do. Rather, the Yusami Nakuchi of the mortal world are now bound to live out the remaining 795 years of your life there, neither aging nor dying. Nothing can reverse this now. Now then, let me tell you what happened on that day 5 years ago and about the years leading up to it. What? Sobe. Oh my god, is this everything? There's so much! One of the 3 mermaids who were said to have lived near Taishima about 400 years ago. She has since returned to her home, Ryugu, Mare in Sobe. After becoming unable to return to Ryugu, Sobe had ceased to show herself on the surface, even before members of the Somekawa line. However, upon noticing that 400 years had passed since the sinking of Taishima, she cautiously attempted contact with the current generation's inheritor of the family duty, a woman by the name of Mare Somekawa. In the past, any humans she encountered had either treated her as an object of worship or sought her flesh. Perhaps as a result, she immediately sensed something was different about Mare, who treated her in a friendly manner from the moment of their meeting and promised to do all she could to return her to Ryugu. There was no pretense in Mare's bearing, and her attitude when speaking to Sobe was casual and light-hearted. Gradually, Sobe began to open up to her. After some time, they agreed on a secret signal and began meeting surreptitiously, growing closer the more they learned about each other. A strange sense of trust came to blossom between them, one transcending the boundaries of their respective species. Mare had originally resolved to remain single and never start a family of her own in order to devote herself entirely to her duty with Sobe. However, Sobe strongly opposed this, saying that Mare's life here would continue even when she was gone, so Mare should not deny herself a possible future with her own family. She had seen how happy one of her former compatriots had been upon finding love, and believed Mare deserved to know such joys as well if she wished to. Okay, so she's talking about Yumeko. Mare seemed unbothered at the thought, but said that she would consider it if someone suitable ended up coming along. However, that moment came sooner than expected. Upon moving to Kamishima, she met the love of her life, Tosuke Minakuchi. Sobe was delighted for Mare and offered her heartfelt congratulations upon hearing of their marriage. While she did not understand the joy of having a family herself, she was gratified to see Mare so happy. It was Mare's constant wish to be able to introduce her beloved family to her dearest friend, but it was forbidden to reveal the existence of mermaids to anyone, even her husband and child. Eventually, the two reached a compromise. Sobe said she would meet them when the time came for her to return to Ryugu, reasoning that there would be no harm in revealing herself for such a short space of time. This agreement became a cherished promise between them. Thus did the years continue to pass, Mara's son growing all the while, until the day of the Kamishima Southern Sea disaster arrived. The Southern Sea disaster. In the days leading up to the disaster, a strange rumbling could be heard coming from the sea. Sobe took this as a sign that a storm caused by the curse of the raging waves was approaching, and she and Mare mistakenly concluded that this meant that the seal on Ryugu's entrance would soon be lifted. Although the timing was earlier than expected, the two were overcome with excitement at the thought of that Sobe could finally fulfill her long-held dream of returning home, and couldn't bring themselves to doubt the signs. They put together a plan. Even if the storm were to come while they were out at sea, Mari could use the bronze mirror to suppress it, allowing Sobe to pass through the entrance to Ryugu alone. Resolved that this was where they would part ways, the two spent the final night together, talking until the sun rose. On the day their plan would be put into action, Mari took Tosuke and Yuza out into the bay on a boat to introduce them to Sobe as promised. So that's why they went out to sea together. Oh. That explains it. Although pained by having to part with Sobe, she was buoyed by the thought that she would now be able to devote herself fully to motherhood, and to her family that had always protected her without reservation. Sobe, meanwhile, was secretly trailing them from the seabed. Disliking the sound of propellers, she was unable to get close to the boat as it was moving. The raging storm. The storm that suddenly broke out around them far exceeded all expectations. Even the bronze mirror was not enough to calm it, and the sea churned and roiled around them as if the heavens themselves were unleashing their wrath. The small fishing boat carrying the Minakuchi family began to take on water, and it was not long before it started to sink. Sobe immediately rushed to their aid, reaching them just as they had fitted Yuza with a live buoy and gotten him off the boat. The couple still clung desperately to the sinking boat as it was tossed about by the waves. That's tragic. Upon seeing Sobe, Tosuke's reaction was surprisingly composed. Whether already resolved to meet his fate or just mellow by nature, his first response after Mari introduced her was to greet her cheerfully, thanking her for keeping Mari company and expressing surprise that Mari's faraway friend had turned out not to be human. Sobe, however, had no time for pleasantries. Consumed only by the thought of getting them to safety, she tried to carry them all from the boat, but even a single person proved to be almost too much for her. Naturally, she also lacked the strength needed to tow the boat out of danger. Even her nature as a mermaid was enough to allow her to save someone precious to her when it mattered most. Filled with distress at her own powerlessness, Sobe was overcome by a sense of despair. Frantic, she tried to take only Mare with her in a bid to escape the sinking boat, but Mare rebuffed her attempt. She had no intention of being the only one saved. Instead, she and Tosuke pleaded for Sobe to help Yuza, saying that his survival meant more to them than anything else. Sobe could not understand. She refused to. She had prepared herself to bid farewell to Mare, but parting like this was too painful for her to bear. Mare, for her part, continued apologizing to Sobe despite the looming threat of her own death, concerned for her friend's safety and feeling deep regret at being unable to see Sobe back home. It was more than Sobe could stand. At that moment, Sobe's innermost feelings came into sharp relief. Part of her, deep down, resented Yuza and Tosuke with all her being. My god, I cannot talk. She was happy as long as she had Mare, but Mare had her family to love as well. Don't be jealous, Sobe. And yet it was Sobe herself who had wished for Mare to find happiness by starting a family of her own. Overwhelmed by unfamiliar emotions of conflict and self-loathing, she found herself unable to think clearly. Smiling as she clung to the sinking boat, half submerged in seawater, Mare thanked Sobe for her friendship and told her that the days they had spent together had been some of her happiest. Sobe was devastated. Every part of her rejected the entire situation. She didn't want to hear Mare's bid farewell to her like this. She didn't want to part with Mare at all. She wanted to grab hold of her friend and carry her away to safety, by force if necessary. Even returning home to the Yugu no longer mattered to her as much as this. But she couldn't ignore Mare's plea for her to save her son. Wrenching herself away from the sinking boat, Sobe headed to rescue Yuza, all the while resenting the boy for the tremendous love that Mare bore him. The 800-year immortal. When she found Yuza, he had been caught up in a whirlpool and was barely clinging to life. Sobe caught herself feeling almost satisfied at the sight, thinking that it served him right. If it hadn't been for Yuza, she could have saved Mare. But Mare's plea for her to save Yuza, that her only wish was for him to survive, echoed in Sobe's mind. The next moment, she tracked the dying Yuza out of the whirlpool and, pulling a piece of her own tail, forcibly fed it to him. Whether the emotions driving her at this point were a desire to fulfill Mare's wish or hatred towards Yuza, even Sobe herself couldn't say. After carrying Yuza out of the reach of the storm, Sobe immediately went to rescue Mare. She finally found her after 3 long days of searching, but her efforts had been in vain. Mare's body was already cold. Once someone had died, it was beyond even a mermaid's power to bring them back. Sobe clung to Mare's body and wept. Never again would she hear Mare's voice calling her name. She laid Mare's body to rest on the seabed, and, hiding herself beside it, spent her days mourning, lost in the depths of despair. Several years later, the entrance to Ryugu was unsealed, and Sobe, now with no remaining attachments to the mortal world, made to return home by herself. Before doing so, she met with Mare's sister, thinking to reclaim the mermaid's relic from her. However, put off by the woman's blatant avarice, she found herself unable to muster any interest in her, and ultimately returned without reclaiming the relic despite knowing full well the misfortune it could bring. The doomed Yuri. Looking back now, what I did to you was wrong. It was an extreme situation, yes, but I must have been mad to even consider it. Every time I remember, I wonder what on earth I was thinking. How could I have done something so cruel to the son Mari loved so much? Even though nothing that happened was your fault. I don't expect you to forgive me, but let me at least say this. I'm sorry. I would do anything within my power to ease your burden. Well, there's one thing that you can do. You can help me live with my soulmate, user soulmate, my user. Yeah. There is something you can do. What? You want a piece of my flesh? But why? I suppose it's not impossible. You could bring it back to the mortal world using the relic I left there. Normally this would be forbidden, but I suppose I was the cause of all this. Maybe it counts as an attempt at making amends, if nothing else. There, it's done. I'll send it to the other side. You'll be able to take it from the box there. The mermaid flesh has been transferred to the town of Tobacco. The current holder of the box may claim it as their own from the evening of August 7. The current holder of the box? Well, that's Sato, so it's all good. But what would happen if it was like in Abby's possession? It seems you've done everything you came to do. Then this is where we part ways. Know that I won't respond anymore, even if you called to me with that signal. Having a means of calling me was prohibited in the first place. Live and be happy, Yuza, for Maya's sake, for all the years she never got to see. Be sure to tell him that when you return to him in the mortal world. I will. I promise. That's crazy! That was such a lore drop and weird. It is insane. the doomed Yuri, and now let me enter back into the world, and you will again see that we're just traveling through the portal. On the other side, the bottom, like the seabed, up to Yuza, and then we're going to make Sato immortal again. Yeah, it's been right there. She's been right there waiting for us. She was not just the screen. She was there, and she keeps looking out into the, like, she keeps looking out towards the entrance to Yuza's world. So let's hop on. Look at this. God damn it. So she has the box. And let's see if that unlocks the option. There is a way. My bet is, now that we know that the Tamatabako, the mermaid flesh is in Tamatabako, the new option should pop up and we can say, yes, Sato, there is something we can do. This is not a time for goodbyes. Because you will not die. Because finally, Sobe is going to repent for the things she did, and she's going to help us, help lessen the burden of making Yuza immortal, but by letting him live with his soulmate. Actually, she's gonna be okay. Huh? Sorry, I've been keeping this a secret, but my severed consciousness just came from Ryugo to tell me something. Open the Tamatabako right now, Sato. So then the memories of the last summer happen. Do we want to see this again? Or do we want to jump straight into the new thing? An eternal conclusion. Yusa Minakuchi has done everything he must do. All that's left is to see out the end. Or do we want the cute montage that's like part of the story? Let's go. Hey, Asami, Yusa, over here. Good timing, I just got back too. Well, Tsukasa, how did it go? Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Check this out, 2 whole scallops. Seriously, Tsukasa, you don't get bragging rights for picking up 2 measly scallops. Sure I do, that was hard work, you should be praising me. Say, Yusa, how many scallops did you get on your first dive again? 65, I think. No way, are you kidding me? This is a good reason they call you the patron saint of diving. Oh, dang it. Now my cover is blown. That'll teach me to snag every scallop I see. Anyway, Tsukasa, don't let this get to you down. You'll improve over time. Man, I've been diving way longer than you, but you're better than me already. Some people are just born to be ama divers. If you ask me, all that matters is that everyone made it back safe and sound. True, you always know the best thing to say, Sato. But for the record, I would have preferred a bigger haul of scallops. Then we could have had a feast. I guess I should have seen that coming. So what's the plan for today? Remember, Tsukasa, it's up to you. Right, we promise we'll do whatever you want today. You name it, we'll make it happen. Now that's more like it. Let's see, first of all, I want us all to go for a swim in the sea. Oh, sounds great. Can't even remember the last time we did something like that, just for fun. Right? I want us to forget work and just enjoy the sparkling sea for a change. I even bought a new swimsuit for this. You've got one picked out too, right, Sato? Sure do. Then after that, when it gets dark, let's set off some fireworks. Oh, fireworks! And then, let's have a barbecue on the beach and cook up everything we caught today. Sounds like a plan. Just leave it to us. Everyone ready? Then let's do this. Ah, there's a shark and it's coming this way! Better watch out, Azami! That was a close one, Azami. What the heck? I'm a good swimmer, but there's no way I'm good enough to outswim a shark. It's okay, I'll keep it pinned down. Just get out of here while you can. And here, take this fin as something to remember me by. Keep it with you always. Sorry, Yusa, I don't really dig shark fins that much. My heart! Look out at the sea, it's like there are diamonds floating out on the surface. It really sparkles, huh? Sure is pretty. Oh, the shark's pretty cool. I should have picked a shark instead of a live boy. But he's having such a blast, I can't bring myself to ask for a ride on it. Dun, dun, dun. That's our memory, a beach episode. And now we can have a firework episode. One grilled squid coming right up. Ah, don't throw it, it's piping hot. You're getting squid juice everywhere. Let's see how you like it. Catch this. Oh, that's hot. You did that to yourself. Hey, check out this huge sea snail Tsukasa caught. It's massive. That's right, I may still be a rookie when it comes to scallops, but I got a haul of sea snails to make up for it. So eat up, Azami. Have as many as you want. Hey, can I borrow that lighter? Sure. Want some squid too? Oh, so I can just grill it directly? Yeah. That's Kamashima's specialty, fireworks style squid. Wait, you're actually doing it? Ah, the juice is going everywhere, it burns. Whoops, sorry, my hand slipped. I remember when we first got this part, and we were talking about, I was talking about, like, something being between them because of the looks, and now we know that they've been actually secretly dating. My intuition was right. Sorry, my hand slipped. There it is, the famous Yusa one-man show. So cute. And they're so cute together. Yusa and Sato. I love them. So now we have all things connected. We can hop on to the eternal conclusion. I did know all along. I don't want you. No, leave. I want Yusa and Sato. Leave. All of your efforts have been truly remarkable. Okay, you're praising me. You can stay. The fact that you are seeing this means all of Yusa Minakuchi's wishes have been fulfilled. Well, I am Yusa, so obviously I would fulfill his wishes. You have overcome countless hardships and resolved every dilemma. Congratulations. Thanks. Keep the praise coming. Now then, as you may be confused as to what exactly has transpired, please allow me to explain. Why would I be confused? Yusa Minakuchi's true objective was to obtain the flesh of a mermaid. This was to fulfill his oath of making Satoshi Ranami immortal again, before her imminent demise, that they might live 800 more years together. So romantic. However, who could have expected multiple curses to strike Kamashima at the very same time? Yes, I'm referring to the curse of the raging waves, born 4 centuries ago, and the curse of Tomoshige, which had built up over 800 years. While such calamities would appear to offer naught but misfortune, as luck would have it, these curses were blessings in disguise. True. They led Yusa Minakuchi down a path that would otherwise not have been possible. One could very well call it a miracle. Yes, it brought a bunch of people together. The key to all of this was, of course, your efforts. Now, I shall describe each pivotal event of this story in its order of occurrence. One fated day, August 7th, Yusa Minakuchi went diving and searched Kamashima for leads to find mermaids. However, that night, Kippei Ikoma sent Kikuko Tsutsui as an assassin to cause the tragedy of Kamashima, thereby allowing him to capture Sato. This shifted Yusa Minakuchi's priorities away from his search for Mermaid flesh, as he is tragically killed and his mission ends in failure. It would seem that fulfilling his wishes was never in the cards, and he instead met with a terrible fate. However, the consciousness lingering within his severed head witnessed something inexplicable. It was the sight of his 800-year immortal body regenerating a new head. He's like, wait, what about me? No, don't leave me! With that, a new mind, complete with all memories intact, formed inside the regenerated head of the resurrected Yusa Minakuchi. The severed head then disappeared, yet the consciousness that had remained within it did not return to his body. Rather, it became a spirit that crossed over to the afterlife, what some might call the eternal world. Thus was another consciousness separate from Yusa Minakuchi's primary body formed. And that separated consciousness was you. Correct. I got that. You once asked, who am I? But may I assume the answer has now become clear? Yes. This separate consciousness of Yusa Minakuchi remained in the eternal world despite the firm resolve it held. Growing ever more anguished over its failure without knowing what had occurred afterwards. It dearly desired to find a way to return to its past self and explain the situation before this failure could take place. So it found its way to the boundary between the mortal world and the world beyond. The cave? Yes. That is to say, it found its way here, to Ryugu. This is the place you laid eyes upon at the very beginning. This is where your duty began. This is where I saw the mermaid. The fact that this place just so happens to be where the mermaids reside turned out to be a stroke of luck. But because you would lose all memory of this fact once you passed through the gates into the mortal world, I stepped in to humbly guide you along your path, out of the goodness of your heart. Then, as a spirit, you encountered Yusa Minakuchi during his dive at the bottom of the sea. Because you resembled a phenomenon known as a Tomokazuki, you were referred to as such. Needless to say, you were not a Tomokazuki. Yet that is how you possessed Yusa Minakuchi and shared your fragmented memories with him. Even so, it was not enough. In your spirit form, you had the ability to use the story chart and travel across space and time to possess other individuals. You entered the minds and memories of various people, jumping between each in turn as you earnestly sought to realize your goals. See, I didn't even have a head, I didn't even have a body, and I carried this entire story. And that is how things progress behind the scenes during this story. You have fulfilled your role and will now return to the world from whence you came. That's true. After you have viewed what became of everyone following these events, this PARANORMASIGHT will finally draw to a close. Thank you very much for your diligent attention. You're most welcome. Now I want PARANORMASIGHT 3. Please. Okay, let's see. Oh, so you've decided to accept your inheritance, but you're going to university first? Very smart. I always knew you were a smart girl. Uh-huh. The wheels are in motion for me to take over the family business after studying real hard at the university. Your whole life must be undergoing some major changes. Are you managing okay? You don't have too much on your plate? Actually, about that... Get this, turns out my ma used to be a certified public accountant. I had no idea. Anyway, the plans for ma to manage all the assets while I'm studying my butt off. Well, let's hope she will not swindle you. She was apparently waiting like a hawk for the moment to swoop in and make sure you got everything coming to you. I don't know if I should call her cunning, but Tsukasa's mom sure knows how to get things done. She's a girl boss. That's wild. Oh, that reminds me. There was something I wanted to ask you, Azami. Hmm? Yes! Yes! You mentioned waiting to ask Tsukasa out the other day, so how'd that go? Oh. Whoa, Sato, you're seriously gonna ask that right in front of everybody? Jeez. I mean, I guess it's fine since I already asked her, but that could have ruined everything. Wait, you did? When did all this go down? Oh, I couldn't help myself. I've been dying to know. I had to ask, even if it messed up your mojo. You sure have something else, Sato. Anyway, if you need answers that bad, you should ask Tsukasa. Did he get rejected? Please don't say no. So what did you say, Tsukasa? How did he ask? Where was it? Tell us already. You're way too invested, Miss Encyclopedia. You know how things are with me right now. The truth is, I haven't given him an answer yet. Okay, we haven't lost completely, Azama Bros. Oh, but at least it's not an outright rejection. Yeah. How long are you going to make him wait? I gotta do some soul searching to figure out how I feel, and I need everything to settle down, so around 4 or 5 years? That long? You're going to keep leading the poor guy along all the time? Right? And to top things off, she asked for my help in the meantime. Oh, Azami. Good luck to you, my man. Your help? Yep. I want to take over for the old Ben Wakamura and make Kamishima the best place it can be. Yeah, I think Azami is the best person for the job. Fuck the rich guy. I want it to be way more convenient and bustling than it is now. An island that tourists flock to, you know? That's also what I said, that she should use the money to help Kamishima. That means I'll need to start a business to manage all that. As you can see, I've got loads of stuff to do. That's why I need you to give it your all as the leader of Kamishima, Azami. Yeah, I guess I want all this stuff for Kamishima too. That all sounds great, and Azami will definitely be a big help. My plan is to have Azami rise up the ranks and help me out with a whole bunch of stuff. Once he becomes a big shot like the mayor or something, then maybe we can start going out. What? That'll take way too long. I'll be an old geezer by then. See what I mean? This is what I have to deal with. Seems like that cunningness runs in the family. Well, you've got something to strive for now. Good luck with it. Put your belly aching, Azami. We're doing this for Sato and Yuza too, you know? Yeah, I know. We talked it all over before. What do you mean you're doing it for us? Let's just say we were surprised when we heard about you guys the other night. Oh. About how you became an immortal yourself 5 years ago. Yeah? By that stage, you'd secretly gotten your hands on some mermaid flesh for Sato. And now Sato has become an immortal for the second time. And the fact that you guys have decided to stay together for the next 800 years. It was a lot to swallow all at once. I love that for them though. Yeah, sorry for dropping such a big bombshell on you guys. Also, to be precise, we're going to be together for the next 795 years. What's 5 years when you've got centuries? 5 years is a long time. Yeah, he's right. And we're going to discuss the idea of going for another 800 years when we get close to the end. Well, how are we going to find the married flesh again? Yeah, okay, whatever. That's up to you guys. Do whatever you want. But don't forget that you owe us for keeping such a big secret from us this whole time, got it? For real. See, I told you we should have gotten their advice from the start. Yeah, you have been saying that from the get-go. You have to listen to your woman. I know you said you'd live on the down low in Kamishima because it'd be a whole other thing if people found out about you too, but people will eventually start getting suspicious even if you try to lead normal lives. What are you going to do then? Well, we can use your money maybe if you will allow us. Well, we kind of assumed it would all work out somehow. It's true, we haven't really thought about that at all. We figured as much, that's why we're going to protect the two of you. Huh? We'll make some rules on the island so no one will get suspicious of you no matter how long you choose to live. I mean, it's gonna take some time to put our plan into action, but I'm sure we'll be calling the shots around here by the time people will start thinking there's something fishy going with you guys. I was thinking we could build a shrine for you two to live in up in the mountains. Oh, a shrine! That sounds incredible. Okay, a shrine, but it has to have TV, cable, and she wants to play on consoles, so it has to have consoles for Sato to be a gamer girl. We can say gods are enshrined there, so people shouldn't go near it without permission. Then I'll make sure the descendants of the Komoi family are protectors of that shrine all the way down the family line, so they'll always protect you. The Somekawa family managed to pass down their legend for 400 years ago, so I bet my family could handle a shrine for 800 years or so. That's so thoughtful, but I feel kinda bad for making you guys worry so much, not to mention several generations of your family. It's totally fine, don't mention it. Nothing makes me happier than seeing you and Sato together like this. They are the best friends those two could ask for. I know you went through a lot to get to this point, Yuza. I'm really happy for you. Zami. I'm seriously so happy for you. Like, seriously overjoyed. You heard the man. That's why we won't let anyone get in the way of all this happiness. Zami. Tsukasa. Thank you both so much. Now, Tsukasa, the fact that you think up all these plans just for us means the world to me. Well, there was one other reason. Yuza's never been the type to look before he leaps, so we have to be around to make sure he doesn't get into any more trouble. Good point. Hey, that's not true. You're the one who always got me into messes, Azami. Nope, you're both wrong. You have any idea how much apologizing I've had to do for you guys over the years? Oh, but you're gonna make it up to me now. I'll work you both to the bone. You too, Sato. We're gonna put Kamishima on the map. You've got it. Just tell me what to do. Let's all keep getting each other into and out of trouble from here on out. That was so sweet, so cute. I love that. There is a legend in Kamishima. It is a story passed down throughout the generations about two gods in the guise of a young man and a young woman. They would often leave their shrine disguised as ordinary humans and happily stroll through the town. On occasion, they would sneak off the island and travel around the country before returning home. The people of the island would stop and give a small bow whenever they came across a couple and silently watch as they went on their way. No one knew from whence the pair had come. Their history was shrouded in mystery. But it is said that this mischievously playful and intimately harmonious couple would always look upon one another with pure joy. Aww, they stay together. There was apparently only one inviolable rule concerning the pair. One must never sneak up and startle them from behind. Several decades after those events, the country has seen two new emperors reign, and people with any detailed knowledge of those fateful days have grown few and far between. Now, the Kante Kisha ruins of Kamishima have become a sacred place for lovers, with couples flocking to it to strengthen their bonds. On this day, the young visitors who happened to come see the sights spotted a young man and a young woman together on the roof of the Kante Kisha ruins, gazing happily out to sea. So it's going to finish where it all began. That's a beautiful view. Yeah, I'm also taking it all in here. And the song is so beautiful. And you know, the wish of Tsukasa and Azami to bring more attention to Kamishima, and with how, you know, it's tied to a real place, and how I've seen online that there was some like tourist attraction related to the game, and obviously like how much real lore the game has. It just feels like the game itself is an extension of that wish, which really makes me want to go there and just be a part of it, you know? To help them fulfill the wish. To go there, to the Issa area, to the Issa Bay area. Yeah, people were taking pics and comparing the locations, because like some of the locations are just like the exact locations, and again, like they had like a cutout of Kippei Ikoma, and they had like leaflets and stuff. It's so amazing. I guess with the first game they kind of had it a bit easier because it was in actual Tokyo, and around the Sumida River. But this one is just like, okay, putting a spotlight on a, maybe, I don't think that a region, I don't know about Japan obviously because I'm not Japanese, but a region that is not really spoken of much outside, like, you know, in the Western world, because you just hear about the biggest sites, the biggest tourist locations, as you would, you know, just getting surface knowledge. But this game just provided so much lore, so much fun, and I am so glad they went meta again. They went hardcore meta, with just the main screen being part of the actual game. But it took me so long to figure it out. See, oh my god, look! They had in the credits they had like museum and whatnot. That's so cool. It's so cool that they just collaborated with a bunch of like museums to get it like all accurate to the history. Perfect. And the way the backgrounds are drawn, all the locations, it's also like, it's like so accurate. Like I remember I was looking at some locations that I could with Google Maps, and I could like with the Google Street View I was managed to basically like get almost the exact same shots that there was in the background. Like I think it was the Toba Bridge, one of the bridges. Yes, they paid respect to the actual place and culture. Obviously, a big part of how they managed to pay respect correctly was because the game was made in Japan, so it was like handled with better attention and care. But yeah, that was great. But why is this still not finished? And we have ending what? Ending 1. Ending 4. Six? So I'm missing 2, 3, 5? I thought it was the end. It just seems weird with all the numbers. It's like I'm missing something. Well, let me check on Steam. I have 23 out of 29 achievements. And then let's look at endings. Reach Yuzami Nakuchi's ending. Reach Yuzami Nakuchi's bad ending. Reach Satoshi Uranami's ending. Reach Taira no Tomoshiga ending. So we should have 4 endings done. But one is 6. This is the good ending. This is the Yusa bad ending. No, the Sato. Okay, so those are Taira and Sato endings. What was the Yusa bad ending? I think. Yusa, why are you trying not to laugh, bro? It just feels weird that it's like not showing. That's crazy. It's telling me from the achievements that I did 4 endings. But also, you know what it said? It said that whoever has the Tama Tobacco can use the flesh. So like, what if we do it? We already did it so that Sobe has the flesh of the mermaid, and then what if Abby has a Tama Tobacco? Do you think they would account for something like this or not? Oh my god, oh my god, the timer is still going. When from where I was trying to time the clicks because it didn't work. But it went like almost an hour. Okay. The stream has been going on for a really long time, but before we end it, let me just try this. I'll just speedrun this, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm dumb, but I just want to see if they accounted for it. Because I don't know if it just happens, like if Sobe sends her flesh after Sato gets the Tama Tobacco, or if we could be in a situation when they would have the Tama Tobacco of the flesh. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. I'm sorry. And again, the stream has been going on for a while, but I wanted to finish it today. I don't know. Let me just see, please. Just let me see. I promise it's going to be quick. If nothing changes, whatever. Then that's how I can get out of the 1 to thank one. Me when I lie. Maybe I'm just tweaking. I'm sorry. Like, you the chat, my loyal chatter, you helped me like actually get the true ending. So that's all that matters. And I had so much fun playing the game. What? The fuck is this? Abby and Cersei managed to keep the Tamatobako safely in their possession and leave Kamishima to search for Kipe Ikoma? Do we keep it for the next stream? Or do we hope that it's just going to be one chapter and it's going to finish? But that's crazy, we're still not done with the game! Okay, let's go for it. Abby and Cersei managed to keep the Tamatobako safely in their possession and leave Kamishima to search for Kipe Ikoma. We're back in Toba City. And so, Cersei and Abby made their way back to Toba in search of Kipe Ikoma. Who are you talking to? Feels more exciting this way, doesn't it? Huh? You might be right. And I think the other outcome was that Kikuko was dead. But it seems like we've just missed him. Oh, you say it's an Easter egg. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. Maybe it's not something that's like super fleshed out, but they still wanted to account for people who thought like, okay, who thought what I thought. So like, oh, when did Sobe manifested the flesh in the Tamatobako? Even though he claimed he's afraid of the ocean, the people at the port said he left for Kamishima on a chartered boat. There are no more ferries today, so we have no way of getting back to the island. I'm afraid there's not much we can do. Not much else. Well, as long as we've got the Tamatobako, there might be another chance someday. Cersei, what's wrong? I don't know, but the Tamatobako is giving off a strange spiritual energy. Oh, I did notice it feels a bit heavier than before. Let's take a look. Huh? There's something inside. Huh? Something just appeared inside? Was this a chunk of flesh? My goodness, could this belong to a mermaid? Wait, what? Is it real? It exudes an incredible spirit energy, whatever it is. It's extraordinary. Doesn't this feel too good to be true, though? It could be a trap or a curse. Haha, I actually found it! The gods haven't forsaken me after all. Thank you, well, I accept your gracious offering. Yeesh, are you seriously going to eat a chunk of mystery meat just like that? What's wrong with you? Did he just become immortal? Well, not particularly good. Very watery, not much fat, and no real texture. But it's not too fishy, so fried Meunier style, it might not be how bad. That's all well and good, but I wasn't asking about the taste. I'm not planning on trying any. How do you feel? Is immortality setting in? Bro thinks he's a food reviewer too. I don't feel any different. Want me to stab you or something? Whoa, slow down. What if it didn't work? I just suffer a painful skewering for nothing. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure painful things will still hurt you even when you're immortal. And as far as I understand it, an immortal body doesn't regenerate unless you're fatally wounded. So they can't really check unless he tries to die. Which, you know, I wouldn't risk it. In that case, I must politely decline. I'm not the biggest fan of pain, you see. Anyway, I'm sure I'll find out if it worked one day. And the fact that we got a hold of the Tamatobako was already worth the trip. Well, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. And that concludes Abby and Cersei's exciting Isashima adventure. Thanks for reading, everyone. He's narrating again. Well, now, I suppose I'll be going back to the US. What about you, Cersei? I think I'll keep exploring the key region for a little while longer. I was thinking of paying a visit to Kumano Gongan. That was the deity of the Kumano region, right? That's the one. Actually, it's a collective term for the deities enshrined in the 3 grand shrines known as the Kumano Sanzan. Yeah, I guess it was an Easter egg. Because surely they have no way of checking it unless he's going to risk his life for it. That was short and sweet. Yeah, the reason why I thought of it was when the information popped up is like that the meat was in there. It didn't say, oh, Sato can use it. It was anyone who's in possession of the tama tobacco, like that specific wording. And thus, after obtaining the flesh of a mermaid, Avi's wish came true, and he was granted an 800-year lifespan. He became the immortal. However, oh, because we killed Kikuko. Soon after, Avi was detained at the airport by the Paranormal Affairs Bureau under suspicion of murdering Kikuko Tsutsui with a curse. That's crazy. It was the mangled, half-fish remains of Kikuko Tsutsui washed ashore on the coast of Toba that brought the crime to light. Avi fought back furiously, yelling and demanding he get a lawyer and saying he refused to talk. He did everything he could to avoid conviction. In the end, the case never went to court. However, citing the rule that 800-year immortals must be sealed away, a decision was made. He got so screwed hardcore. From that day on, Arnulf Barnum, the cheerful fantasy novelist, was never seen in public again. That's so freaky. Ending 3, the fall of Arnulf Barnum. I told you there were some endings we were missing. I didn't know we were going to find out like this, but it just, the numbering didn't make sense. I reached his bad ending. So what if I don't kill Kikuko? We might get his good ending? Let's freaking go. Standoff. We know what to do. We're going to alright. I think I had to like examine it first, right? My bad. I'm messing up. Let me see. Let me see if you get... Well, good. Well, it is a good ending. Maybe a good ending for Avi, but like that flesh was for Sato, so that means like she dies and her and Yuza are not together anymore. Yeah, let's get rid of the card. And let's try to speed run this. Okay, this is just the same thing. Here's a curse stone. I did not mean to click on this. I was just drinking. This is our curse of Fisha. But you know, I feel like it's a fitting end. I mean, it's a bad ending for him, but it makes sense that if you kill people with a curse, you should suffer the consequences. Let's go. Guys, stop yapping. I want to see the next ending. The thing is, like, I'm not even reading through this, so I kind of don't know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, I think we got it. Now she's again trauma dumping. This is like the third or fourth time we're seeing this. Oh, sorry, Kikuko. I would have felt more bad for you. But you tried to massacre the whole island. Just because of your pride and wanting to impress Kippei. So I'm going to skip your backstory. I'm sorry. Cersei, get her ass. Okay, yeah. The symbol, yes. I think I did a bit too fast. Like, that was not the right moment to tell Cersei to get her ass. Okay. Cersei, get her ass! Get her ass! That was the right moment to ask Cersei to get her ass. Okay, now she was not killed, so Avi would not be detained on the murder, so he was probably going to return to the US before they find out that he's an 800-year immortal, and by the time they would probably wouldn't be able to get his ass. Or maybe they wouldn't even know at all. Unless Cersei told them, oh yeah, he needs some meat with tobacco, but we don't know if he's actually mortal. But maybe they would never know. Her ass equals God. Yeah, true. Okay, yeah, we get the curse stone. And then let's see if there is another path open for us. I didn't eat any mermaid flesh yet. Bye. Okay, so he now eats the mermaid flesh, and now the ending, right? And thus, after obtaining the flesh of a mermaid, Avi's wish came true, and he was granted an 800-year lifespan. A man like him, who constantly seeks out new adventure, would most assuredly never encounter a dull day in those 800 years. Living his life to the fullest, he traveled the world in an everlasting search of thrilling mysteries and marvels. In the mid-21st century, his novel The Tale of Never-Ending Youth, which was inspired by his own experiences, became a surprise worldwide hit. Good for him, he probably got like a bunch of money to travel the world. The live-action adaptation by a major US studio proved a major success, spawning merchandise and a theme park that made him a wealthy man. Damn! That's a really good ending for him. Always smiling until his final days, he proudly proved that even after 800 years, not all glory is doomed to fade. Oh, he dunked on Kippei so hard. The Avilantia! In the 27th century, he wrote the following words in his journal. The world keeps on turning. Compared to its birth and the richness of its history, 800 years is far too short. Arnulf Barnum. Ending to the glory of Arnulf Barnum and the Avi lands. That's crazy. I think that's all. Let me just check the achievements. I have 2 hidden achievements, but I don't know what they are. Huh. Maybe it's like die 10,000 times, but I think we got all the endings, because like now nothing is like open. So let me go back to the main menu. So, gazing at Ryugo. The tale of PARANORMASIGHT, the Mermaid's Curse, has come to an end. I can proudly say we finished the game. The journey has been wild, has been amazing, so exciting. Bunch of puzzles, bunch of mysteries, everything just got tied together with a bow. It was perfect. And now give me Paranormasight 3. Thank you for being on this journey with me. It's been so worth it. And for the next game, we are going to return to Baldur's Gate 3. And we are going to be in Baldur's Gate because that's where we left off in Act 3. That I never finished. I haven't touched my first playthrough that I haven't finished in Act 3. Because I was like, well, we did a bunch of stuff on the stream. Let me just keep it for the stream. So that's what's going to be next. Yes, down by the river, no longer down underwater. That was a very long stream. So thank you for surviving until then. And I hope you had fun. Have a good night or good rest of your day. And take care.